Welcome to Kwesi Bowl TV. Welcome to the barbershop. Welcome to LFC Vibes. Thank you so much. You guys know what the deal is. LFC Vibes, everything that has to do with Liverpool, that's all we talk about. Big things are popping on the Liverpool side. You guys know the deal. Thank you. Please come on in, come through the barbershop. You know, we come up here, we have a conversation. This is a community channel, community show. So come on in, you know how the barbershop is. Welcome in, welcome, come, relax. We're gonna talk. A lot to talk about. Actually, this show, we're gonna go into people's psyche. We're gonna get into people's psyche. We would discuss more of what's gonna be going on with Liverpool, with all these transfers. Are we gonna do more? This is it. What's coming up for the preseason? What is Arne Slot's plans? Yeah, man. Big up to Mandem, man. Come on in. Please hit the like button. You know what the deal is. Subscribe. We are getting close to our 500, people. We are getting very, very, very close to 500. And if you're going to watch the show later, please, comment, like, you know what I mean? Even if you disagree, say something. I would like to reply. All we ask is just be respectful. That's all we ask from our community people. Thank you so much for joining us. We got Bunkers in the building right now, giving us the news. What you saying? He said Al Nassr plans to sign Luis Diaz for 100 mil. Al Nassr already giving green light to John Duran to exit. Yeah, man, I just saw that part. I just saw Duran is planning on leaving. That brother just got there. So why does he want to leave all of a sudden? I mean, the man went there to get paid. He's been there, half a season? And he's already trying to exit. That news, well, apparently he's going to Turkey. Apparently Turkey is what he's looking at. So let's see what's going on that side. It's kind of interesting how brother just got there and then now he wants out. At the same time, Ronaldo, it's about to basically own the whole Saudi league. You know what I mean? So, but the question is, you said Diaz to Al Nassr, even if I say the name right. Does Diaz want to go there? That's always been the problem. We know his priority is to go to Barcelona. That's what he's been, as some people saying, twerking for. So why the shift all of a sudden? Why the shift? And yes, sir, let me bring in the man, the legend. You guys know who he is. You know who he is. Let me get a better. There you go. Let's get a better view. Big up to Omar Hassan. Big up to Bejan Reds. Big up, Bejan. Actually, Zub, let me give me time to say a little few things. Respect to you, my brother. Thank you so much for the necessary words that you posted on your channel. I don't know what happened. I tried to join in yesterday, but I was trying to join in for a few minutes, and because I was at the office, so I had on my break. I was like, "Yeah, let me sneak in and cause some problems," but you didn't put me on. But yes, the words that you said was necessary. It needs to be heard, and we can never stop saying it. We got to keep on saying it because them fools are not going to stop being fools. So I'm with you 100%. When it comes to that R word, I do not condone anybody of any color who does that. Yes, there is conversation that needs to be done, and I understand a lot of times people just throw it out there. Everybody's R just because I don't want to use the word, so I'm saying R. Everybody's R just because you disagree or you can't come up to the same consensus. But some of us know what an R is, and we know what a bigot is, and we know how stupid people are. And sometimes you're thinking that saying some R words or R statement is going to deter us. Brother, You can't look like me and think that saying something like that is just going to get me off my game. But one thing that I won't allow you to do is say it, whether we are in front of a screen or we are face to face. So for my channel, I don't agree with people being stupid and being disrespectful to anybody. It doesn't even have to be me. It can be anybody. All we ask is just be respectful. You don't have to agree. That's the whole point of a debate and a conversation. We are not here to agree. We are here to have a conversation, and eventually we can come up with some form of understanding. Understanding doesn't mean we agree. Understanding is saying that, you know, you say your piece, I say my piece, and we both on the same level where I know what you're saying and you know what I'm saying. And then we keep on moving. Right? Next time we see each other, we break bread, we drink a pint of beer. But other than that, that's it. My channel do not condone stupidity and disrespect. So I'm not even going to allow you to come in and do that kind of stuff here. And if you're going to unscribe me, please, I'd rather have people who are respectful, who disagree with me. I'd rather have you be respectful and disagree with me than agree with me and be disrespectful. So, Bejan, big up yourself, man. It needed to be said, and I just needed to add a little bit of my 2 cents. Zuberi, Kennel, big up yourself. Thank you so much for joining me today. I know you are a busy man, but you always have time for your bro. So, how you doing, sir?
Yo, big up the chat, big up Quasi, big up Asian Reds TV. I don't know which one of you man is at the keyboard.
That's Barnes.
I like when you man are moving incognito and
you know what I mean? Them people, man.
You don't even know who you just over there. But nah, it's all love. Nah, it's all love. Nah, I'm good, man. Bro, Quasi, you keep catching me in the moments where I'm like, yo, I'm about to just be lazy.
Nah, today it's the Saturday, man. Be lazy. You have the right. Bro, you earn the right.
Bro, as soon as I jump in that bed, I'm like, yeah, I might even go take a nap now. I see a thing pop up. I was like, all right, go chat to Quasi for it.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate it. Big up to Mandem. We got Redbird, we got Bunkers, we got Dustin in the building. Of course, we got Barnes, and we got Omar Hassan is in the building. Everybody's in the barber chat, and we got a lot of people in there who I think they just want to be in the background and just you know, they're just gonna be conversating and listening. But we would like to hear from you guys, because today we're just gonna have a conversation. And me and Zuberi, we will at the end of the conversation, you probably gonna be like, these two boys should not be on the show together, because we're not gonna agree. He's probably gonna throw me under the bus about 6-4 times. No, but at the end of the day, we get up, we dust ourselves, and then we keep going. But because that's how it is. At the end of the day, we all have LFC on our chest. That's all we care about. And also, he knows I care. You know, he's more of a better human being than he is an LFC fan. So that's why I rock with him.
Whoa.
I mean, you're right. You are a real. Oh. You want me to say you are like I'm just saying, even if you are Killmonger himself, I think that you are one of the dopest people on
don't get your channel.
Hey, until you show me otherwise, man, all I see is you are one of them dopest people.
What you see is on you.
You see what I'm saying? That's all I can tell. Until you show me something else,
even
if you Killmonger, I mean, honestly, Killmonger had the right point, though.
I'll tell you what, Quasi.
Yes, sir.
And I'll tell the people in the chat. There's a place in Jamaica called Crawford Town.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Crawford, Crawford, Crawford Town.
Mm-hmm.
Google how that town got its name, and you'll find the source. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you'll find the source. Crawford Town in Jamaica. How it got its name. And yeah, just know, Quasi. You know what I mean? You know.
I mean, see, there's a thing with me and Zuberi. Zuberi forgets that, and he always don't want to admit it. But you need to understand. Ashanti blood is running through you Ashanti blood is running through you right now. So at the end of the day,
you know what? Like, I don't really want to. You know what? I'll give you 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes of this, and then we'll bring it back to football. I just don't like people talking loosely on the heritage, because what tends to happen is, and it's the same thing the other people do, they tend to put us in a group. And I'm not saying any specific group is better or class is better, but there's certain groups, they are who they are for a reason.
Yeah.
Now, Crawford Town became Crawford Town for a reason. It wasn't because of the masses that left West Africa. It was a selective group that was mixed in with the masses. And they quickly stood out and established Crawford Town. So if you're telling me 65% of Jamaicans is from Ghana or wherever, I'm telling you right now, Crawford Town wasn't built by that 65%.
I'm telling you, until you know who the Ashanti...
Quasi, no. Quasi. Until you Google Crawford Town, we'll leave this.
Zuberi, after the show, me and you
want to take it offline and we'll do the research.
No, after the show, we'll sit back, we'll sit down, we'll crack one, and we'll have long conversation, because if you know the lineage of the Ashanti people, you're going to be like, brah, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. But
today I guarantee you, you know what, I'm gonna make you a bet right here on stream, and like the bet off stream. How much you want to bet you're gonna be apologizing? And you've all been apologizing, so you know whenever I bring the stakes in the bet, you know it's not one. You've never won, Quasi.
What? This guy said I never won.
You've never won a bet.
Man, my record against you is top notch, man. I would say
out of department.
What
you can't give me a win. Don't let me tell you.
I've been winning. Early. This guy, I've been winning. I don't want to list it because there are people think I'm bragging. I don't like to brag. You are a guest on the channel. I can, I have to be respectful to my guests. I hear you still. The people in the chat, big up to you. You guys not here to listen to me and Zuberi talk about lineage.
Why your title is like this? It says priority transfer is complete. Arne Slot era begins.
Yes.
What's next? Why do you? I don't like to question people's title, because I know the algorithm to get the clicks and the stuff. I'm not trying to debunk that or throw it under the bus. But why do you say the era begins in his second season?
Well, this is
why wouldn't you say it began when he took the job and made a zesty pose? Like the zesty pose, the zesty
that's
pose.
That's iconic, man. That's iconic.
It should be the silhouette of when his era begun. You know what I'm trying to say?
I got you. So I thank you for asking that question, because as you can see, actually it's 3 different statements, right? I know, but
just like each one of them has their own topic, but the one I zone in on is when you said Arne Slot era begins. And I'm saying why wasn't that title available when he made the zesty pose? Because that's when it actually started. But true. I feel like you're trying to
actually
thing and said revise history, but you're
no revision. This is the thing. Actually, I'm glad you asked that question, because there's something that's been bothering me a little bit. Not bothering me, but kind of like been playing. I sunk myself into the mind of Zuberi. And I'm like, there's something that I want. And I'm glad. I think this is God sent, whether you believe in God or not. But I'm glad you decided to come to the show, because I wanted to ask you this. I think this question is actually for you. Liverpool, this is his second year, like you said. But usually a second year, you don't make that too many changes, right? To the lineup. Look at Diaz possibly could leave. I mean, there was a case of Robo was about to leave. And then Nunes is leaving. So there is a lot of people, actually first team players, that are about to possibly bye-bye, right? Do you think, and this I'm using your word, do you think this season is actually his free hit?
Oh, that's where you went raw.
You see what I'm saying?
As you was asking the question, man,
yeah,
I already had an answer. I'm like, I said, it's not that deep. Why is he dragging it? Just say it, and then I'll answer, because I already have the answer. And I'm hearing it. Will, when you put the free hit, Raw. Bro.
You see what I'm saying, though?
Yo, Quasi.
Because at the end of the day,
what kind of brains you said you went in? The beanie brain? Oh my God.
You know what I mean? Because I'm like, listen, he already won, right? Last year was supposed to be his free hit to get things together, because what did all of them say? We're going to assess. Give us time to assess the squad. So all of us was like, okay, if he comes in third with a trophy, we Gucci. But this man came in and said, you know what, bomb that, I'm going to win the league. I saw an open and I sneaked through the back, the side door. The side door was open. You know, like
actually, I found it. I had to go where you went to get the question to bring the answer back. Yo, yeah. But no, I found it. So basically, I see where you got the question from. All right. This second season isn't his free hit. This second season is, like I said, so just so we're on the same page.
Yeah.
You're asking Arne Slot era begins. Last season was his free hit. And because it's a free hit because he didn't do anything. You see what I'm trying to say? Chiesa isn't an Arne Slot signing. Chiesa was just an FSG signing. They just saw the opportunity for numbers. Oh, run him for 13, run him, sell him for 20, 25. So the Chiesa wasn't a Slot signing. Mamardashvili probably wasn't enough. It was just probably an Edwards thing. Like, yo, this guy is available. Let's grab him.
Let's grab him right now.
Allison, he'll be up on the Allison. They kind of have the similar dominating figure, shot stopper. Allison goes out the door. We rather promote him than promote a Kelleher.
Right.
So let's leave those two out of it. So none of that was Slot. So last season was his official free hit. The blessing for him was in this free hit, he saw his way to a final with what he had, and he won the league with what he had. So that's the free hit. Arne Slot era begins after the free hit. He's not recognized like, oh, yeah, they give me a free at-bat in a home run on the first pitch.
Right.
Oh, this pitch is toast. Yo, this pitch.
You see what I mean?
Bro, man looked around and said, "Rah, this league is toast." They gave me screwdriver, and I'm taking out bolts and nuts and everything but what a screwdriver is supposed to take it out.
Yeah.
Now I can get the right tools. Cakewalk. So what I think is this season is his way of not starting his era, but stamping his authority on the league.
Okay.
So this is where he stamped it. So when he had the free hit, bro, like I said, the free hit, he won the league with the free hit.
Right.
So this is his moment to stomp down. So no, this is the business end now. The free hit is over. This is where he goes, this is how I'm tackling this league. And I'm gonna be honest with you, the movement in the window thus far, is proving that. You don't make these moves for a free hit, Quasi. Like now I'm starting to think how some people perceive me, the way I come up with certain questions. It's like, what kind of stupid question is that? Or what kind of, where did he went? What is he smoking? Quasi, you're not buying Premier League record player, club record player for a free hit. Quasi, come on, man. What do you see what I'm trying to show you? Like,
no, I got your point.
It's not a bad question, but I just want you to understand, like, it's a fair question, but you don't make those moves for a free hit, bro. Bro, you don't buy Maserati to pull up in an apartment complex. You see what I'm trying to say?
Not even on a condo.
Yeah, it's not. You see what I'm trying to say to you?
Yeah.
Quasi, you don't do certain things just because, man.
Right. Because the reason why I was in that wavelength, I was like, usually when the man, and big up to Adam, big up to Omar and Abdul.
You're probably thinking from a perspective of he could relax this season and still be calm.
And that's where I was going with.
No, but because that mindset was what the previous man did. Previous man won the league and didn't really make much move because he was like, got that right off my back. Nah, his movements is a lot different. His movements is like, I signed a thing, but I didn't stamp it. You know what I'm trying to
say?
Yeah. But now I think he's trying to stamp it.
Okay. Because I know now this conversation is 3-part question that we talking extent like the stuff that you just said basically is answering the 3 questions that I asked. I mean, it looks like a statement, but because
you
see what I mean? You were answering all 3 of them at the same time.
But I didn't actually plan it. It was just the way you formed that question,
right?
Because I mean, we can go into each individual one separately as far as like the era begins, and that's why I ask you, like, why wouldn't it begin last year? And then you're like, well, what if this season is his free hit? Because he can actually, well, if we get the 2 cups,
let's say he wins the Champions League,
any 2 cups, right?
Yeah,
second season, he's still on fire. He can literally go into this season and focus on cups.
That's where that now we get into what I'm saying, because
so the era, we're still in the era. I'm trying to keep it from what's next, but I'm still in the era.
Right.
He could just focus on the league again. That's all cups. Any move, well, I don't want to get too much into what's next, but the era begins was from last season, because the last season, a final, trophy. Hear me carefully. If he lose every single final he goes to, but still grab the trophy, that's a legacy.
True.
Think about
it. He's a big time winner, right?
Bro, Klopp was a serial losers in most of what I don't want to say.
On the final side, in the finals. Yeah.
I mean, we beat Chelsea, Spurs, but when it comes to like a real team in the final, we're getting washed up sometimes with Klopp. But even with Slot, man, to go to a final and pick up a trophy, all he has to do is just keep going to final.
In his first year.
Yeah, all he has to do, Quasi, is just keep going to final. So if every season under Slot we go to the League Cup final, Quasi, every season we're at the League Cup final.
Yeah.
Do you think I care if we win one, lose one, win one, lose one, win? Bro, I don't care how they. Bro, I don't even care if we keep losing the final. I'll be frustrated, but I don't understand. It's just on the day.
Yeah.
But every year you're at the League Cup final, fam. I mean, do that and grab a trophy, bro. You're good.
But
every season you do that and grab a trophy.
Yeah.
That's how the era. That's what I'm saying. Why wouldn't you put the?
But they check this out though. But let's unpack this, because I know where you're coming from. But let's look at it this way. This guy's era started off by winning a big trophy. So his era is not like Arteta's era. Arteta's era is, what is Arteta? You see what I'm saying? This guy's era is, like you said, he can lose every final and pick a big trophy, and that's legacy. So his era, we cannot compare his era with Arteta's era, regardless of how many years Arteta.
No, I don't want to do that, because I feel like there's a question we kind of overlook with Arteta. When did he win the FA Cup? Was it his second season or
his first year when he first came in?
So when he first got there.
Yeah, that's why everybody say he used what's his name? He used Emery's team. He used Emery's squad to win the FA Cup.
Careful now, because man can say, said man team to win the Prem.
But that's where true. But the difference is and that's where the era begins, right? Because now you see what I mean?
You saying he's taking out said man recipe in that.
That because sometimes you take this recipe, you don't need to make too much changes.
Guyanese be putting that extra stuff in the rice and peas and calling
and then they throw it off. Exactly.
Yeah.
Sometimes just leave it as it is, right? Just leave it as it is. Just use a different pot. You see what I mean? Sometimes just leave it as it is and just use a different pot. Maybe using a steamer will be Gucci, right? Because the way I'm looking at it is like this guy's era has. Okay, let me try to make it simple. He came from a league that he won some trophies, and people consider it as it's not considered a big league, right? So bringing Arne Slot was supposed to be a journey where we all build together for him to move from, okay, he has a good squad. That squad should be minimum third place and maybe a Carabao Cup or FA Cup. But this guy has surpassed, like he has now went from crawling to fast speed, fast walk. Right? So his era, I'm not judging him and Arteta on the same level, because guess what? This guy came in from nowhere. And this is why I keep saying, Arsenal fans, it doesn't matter how many players they buy. They don't know how to win. They can get all the players they want, and they don't know how to win. This manager came in, and like you said, just a few tweaks. He didn't change the recipe. He just, put maybe an extra paprika into the sauce, and that's all we needed. Or did he turn down the heat into simmer instead of hard boil? Right? So his era is starting as, bro, you're gonna be in the conversation as Jurgen Klopp, Jose, Kante. I don't want to say Pep yet, because Pep is on another level, right? But you are in that realm where we could become having you say that you are one of them, because Arne Slot has done something that only 3 managers have done in the English Premier League, and that's Conte. Who else? Conte, Don Ancelotti, and the guy who coached City. His first year he came in. Bergini, exactly. There's only be a few people.
Did Mancini do this as well? I felt like he won a trophy there as well. It was Mancini and Pellegrini.
Pellegrini won it, and then Mancini came in and also. No, Mancini is the one that did the Aguero. Pellegrini built the team for Mancini to take over, and then Pep came and took over.
I know it's one of them two won it when they came in, because it was already there. I could have been wrong, but
yeah,
I know one of them is in that list that you're putting together.
You see what I'm saying? So now you, Mr. Slot, you on a whole different level. Your era is brother. You are shining already. That's why I'm asking. His era begins. His era is not a manager or a coach who is starting from. Oh, he has to build a squad, and then brother is in them. He is there already. So that's why I was asking. I said, is it a free hit? Because what he's trying to build is not a regular squad. We are not Arsenal. We are not Chelsea, who they're building from the scratch up.
Free hit though, because what he's building, it's not like, try something.
Right.
Like, we know what the target is. We're not saying, build something and let's see where it goes, and if it needs fixing, then fix it. I don't think that's the approach, and that's the approach of a free hit.
Right.
Maybe we all have different perspective on what the free hit is. The free hit for me is a new manager comes in, he grab a couple pieces that he thinks he needs, then he tries that out, and if it doesn't work, then he gets another window or two to correct it or to fix the remaining deficiencies, right? For Slot, he came in and he was like, I think this team is good. I don't know what the deficiencies are, so let me just use this current squad,
right?
Which got a brand new midfield, and let me see what I can get out of it. I got a Premier League. Okay, so all right. So now I know, because my argument for giving the window 10 out of 10 last season was because we need to fully assess the squad. Fringe man, we need to identify him. Yeah, when I said identify, I'm not talking fringe man with potential. We don't want super sub that can go cold. If you're a super sub, you're a super sub, bro. You need to come in hot every time you come in. So I'm trying to say. So yeah, I feel like he has fully assessed the squad and his ambitions with the window, or the team's ambition with the window, is starting to solidify where he sees the weakness. The fact that he got Words, a right back and a left back. I'm gonna be honest, we've always talked about them two positions.
True.
Fan, coach, it doesn't matter who you are. There's two positions at Liverpool that's always talked about.
Right.
Bad boy number 10. We got in Sabazalai, we thought it was gonna be it. Wasn't quite it. We grab McAllister. I'm not saying McAllister isn't it, but because of the deficiencies in the middle and who we had to rely on, because outside of that, we're talking about Hendo, who's just gonna close up shop basically.
Right.
Kind of limited going forward. the league is a little bit too fast for him. And then from Endo, it's your Jones, who I don't think he can be relied upon, but he can do a job.
Yeah.
Then we get to Elliott, who can't necessarily do the job in the middle, not out wide or you know, in a 4-2-3-1 where he's the wide right guy.
Right.
But in the middle of the park, we can't use him in there. So that's when you come to like your Sabazalai and your Verts, and you're like, all right, that should be enough. Right back left. Okay, who's the next best thing with the cookage? Frimpong. Frimpong and Dumfries for me, right?
Right.
So we grab one of them. Debates. Who do you trust going forward? The conversation got stuck between Robbo, Simicast. I'm like, grab me the Canadian. Get me the Canadian, because the Canadian is like playing two left winger. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Canadian is like playing two left winger. I don't know a right winger that can cook him.
Davies, right?
Yeah, I don't know a right winger that can cook him. So
yeah.
But then we get Kirkes, who's touted to be the next best thing. Might be playing second fiddle to Nuri at City.
Going forward.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Going forward, yes.
No. I'm gonna be a buck. It's not a bad place to be when your guy is runner up. When your guy is runner up to your ups, or your ups is saying, Rob, or your guy defends better. And we're saying, Rob, your guy attack better. That's how we used to split hair with City. And City is positioning themselves to take it back from us. We'll position ourselves in a way to keep it.
Yeah.
We've never done that. You see what I'm trying to say? So when you talk about what's next, I feel like that's what's next. So what's this question saying? Who was the better side and more important, Robbo Mane? Who was the better side and more important, Robbo and Mane versus Trent?
I think that's the two separate questions, right? Who's the better side?
No, I feel like who was the better side?
Yeah, let's say who's the better side? Right side or left side? Mane, Robbo, Trent, Salah.
Me and Savage always say or Savage mainly said it. We've noticed it where the left and the right offers two different things, right? The left was more not create. The left was more direct.
Direct, yeah.
And the left was more direct as far as the approach.
Yeah.
Like Mane with the running behind, very direct, right?
Yeah.
Robbo with the cross, the early cross,
yeah,
to the attacker. The right side with Trent in the half space and Salah creating some goals out of nothing.
It was a necessary. It was a double-edged sword.
Yeah. The side was built to the side was built to support the right side. That's the best thing I can say.
Yeah, that left side was built to support
the right side.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mane was there to create for Salah. Salah wasn't really there to create for Mane.
Right.
In the grand scheme of things, the right ended up creating more than the left. But it's only because the left was only there
to supplement,
supplement the right hand side. But when it comes to better, if I pick them apart individually, I'll say Mane was better than Salah. And then Trent was better than Robbo. That's the best way I can put it. But as a combined side, it'll be the right side. The right side was lopsided attacking wise, and the left hand side was lopsided defensively. Yeah, because Mane would track back, Salah wouldn't track whatever he feels like doing that day.
Yeah. But no, that's a very good question, because today is the 9th year that Mane signed for Liverpool. So there is a little bit of celebration going on them spaces, kind of showing the appreciation to Mane for what he did for Liverpool. And let's be honest, he is the one who started it. And yeah, it is a very good question. And I think I agree with what Zuberi said. It's It's how they all. It's a four dynamic cube that each of them balance each other. Right, one side is defensive, the other one is attacking. One side is creative, the other one is more direct. So yeah, and that is something that we have to big up the Manager Club for building something that I don't think the world have seen in a long time. Before, it used to be just Robin and what's his name? What's the French guy's name? It used to be Ribéry, exactly, right? But Bayern didn't have that creativity coming from the wings. I mean, from the fullbacks like we used to. And the world had not seen two fullbacks being such creative weapons like that. So, yeah, man, big up yourself, Badro. That's a very good question. Now, the transfers that we complete, right? Those are, I say, priority because those were the ones that was available and that needed to be done right away. How we were able to, I mean, when was the last time where players said, I'm not going anywhere else except Liverpool? Usually it's, we will see.
I think Van Dijk might have said that as well.
Yeah, Van Dijk, he made it clear. Yeah, that's true. Van Dijk made it clear. But players like Wirtz, spending 100 million on a player who told the home country club that, nah, I'm not coming.
I think it's a numbers game, and I think it's about time we hit the number.
Yeah.
If you go back to FSG tenure, we've always been in for players, and we've always come up second to two teams. Not even and to hear him say it, that's why I think it was so special. We are always losing out to your Real Madrid or your Bayern. Bayern more so with the German players, and then Real Madrid with just players that's just fans of Spain in the Galacticos. So more so Real Madrid than Bayern. So
right.
If I go all the way back, right? I don't know if we went in for Camavinga, but I think it was just known like, no chance. Right?
Yeah,
Sure, many.
Same thing.
Chance, right? Yeah.
Jude.
Thiago, when he was leaving Barcelona.
No chance.
Like, man, just went to Bayern. So what I'm trying to show you, the list goes on, bro. Like, there's a long list of us running. And like I said, it wasn't intentional. Like, we're just keep trying. But in hindsight, that's how it looks. It's like, you go outside. You're like, hey, can I talk to you? No response. Next chick, what's up? Can I talk to you? No response. And you just keep trying. And that's, for me, that's ambition, man. You can't give up. We can't just walk out of it and go like, bro, Bellingham. Like, what's good, man? You want to come back to England? Nah, So it's like we keep going in and we keep getting rejected, bro. We keep getting rejected. I don't know if it was a half-ass attempt. We're like, Wirtz, what you saying? The man was like, bro, you're one of the big three, bro. I've seen Bay Man turn you down. That man is smoking something. Nah, I'm coming. At some point, we're going to get one. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
You see, if we have no ambition, and I'm emphasizing ambition, you would have just given up and stick to your Encisos and the guys coming through. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Bro, we'll pull up on Lavia. What's good, man? Like, Chelsea. I say what you saying, Chelsea. So that we keep getting, bro, we've been getting rejected since 2013, 2014. We'll pull up on Salah, and man said Chelsea. We'll pull up on Werner, man said Chelsea. Like, we've been pulling up on men and getting rejected, bro. Like, we've been pulling up. So it was only a matter of time.
Or eventually.
Bro, we're gonna, cause I'll tell you right now, you step outside. Yo, what you said? Yo, what you said?
Yeah.
We know how the game go. You're gonna get a bunch of no's. But you see that one that you get. Talking to me?
You get shocked.
You know what I'm saying?
You're like, whoa, I'm not ready.
Buddy, sometimes it's the loose ones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bro, sometimes it's a loose one, man. Because
man,
I went to the range yesterday, and I'm on the rifle side. They had an event, so I couldn't shoot at the pistol side.
Yeah.
So the closest target on the rifle side is 100 yards. And then they got 200. So I'm sighting in one of my new build.
Yeah.
For the 100, I already teared up the 200. So I'm sighting in. So I'm like, if the pistol range is closed, what am I supposed to shoot? And he was like, you can shoot here. I'm like, damn, I've never shot 100 yards with a pistol. So I'm like, I don't want to waste too much ammo shooting at the 100 yards with a handgun.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, let me just load up a 10-round mag, slide it in. And I'm like, yo, let me see what's happening, bro. I shot 10. Mm-hmm. They're all around the target. One hit. Bro, when that one hit, I packed it up. I was like,
I'm done.
I'm good, fam. One hit, bro. Because when I heard that ping, bro, I looked around to make sure people saw that with the handgun, I hit the 100 yards, fam. No one was there, bro. It was just me at the range, bro.
Bro, I was like, man, I want to keep my percentage low. I ain't gonna mess it up.
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes when you shoot one hit, and when that one hit, bro, it's a good feeling, man. So we are now there where I think we might be getting more yeses than nos.
I agree.
You see what I'm saying? Because like I said, there's a long list of no's, Quasi, man.
Yeah. Bro, that's why
they break our hearts, fam.
Bro, that's why even our fan base were not ready to deal with the verts conversation. They were like, why are we going back to this? It's too early in the thing. You know what I mean?
Quasi, like I said, you've been out there all day. Here's the thing, you fresh up and go outside, right?
Yeah.
You're fresh. The minute you get the yes, you've been sweating in the heat, armpits wet, the confidence is low. You're like, yo, you know what? Let me shoot at this last one walking by before I go in. Sometimes that's how it happens.
Yeah, man. You need that little boost of confidence, man. Just that little. Just,
you see what I'm saying?
You'll be like, you're like, somebody, anybody.
Yeah. Not the anybody.
You know, you're like anybody, somebody. Yeah. So what Edward said, 15 or 500. Oh, my thing. Yeah. Big up, man. Thank you so much, people. We are almost there. So please subscribe if you haven't. We try to get into the call-in shows, right? So we need 500 to start, and we are 15 away. So people, please subscribe. Please subscribe. Hit the like button right now. Let's set another record, man. Let's hit the like button. Okay, Brado said, pick one of the worst signing for Liverpool, Nunes or Karius or Adrian. Man, I think it's Judas Karius, man. That Champions League fighter where the brother knew he wasn't feeling well and still stayed in that goalpost. Adrian was just Adrian, man. I mean, brother.
No, I don't think Adrian was out of the list, to pick one out of that list, but I don't think I would have to give it to Karius. Yeah. Karius never won a cup.
Yeah. That's the thing.
I would have to give it to Karius.
Me too. I say Judas is Karius. That's the worst that we have. But big up to Spirit of LFC fans. As a season, you are Kwesi Bold and Zuberi Liverpool supporter with 30 years of season ticket holder experience. I am well versed in the club history and current standing. You will never walk alone. Big up yourself. We appreciate you being
the Spirit of Liverpool fan.
Yes, sir, man.
Yo, you see when people drop that "You'll never walk alone," bro. I get emotional. That shit hangs over my bar on the other side over there, bro.
I need to get
Liverpool fan. Yo, when a Liverpool fan hit me with the "You'll never walk alone," bro, there's this emotion that, bro, because I never knew Liverpool fans growing up, bro. And that statement is what held me through life, bro. That statement carried me through life, bro. So now that I'm amongst Liverpool fan and big up every one of you guys, man. Yo, when I'm around you guys and you guys drop the "You'll never walk alone," man, just know, man.
So this is what people I need you guys to do. When you feel like Zuberi is getting too harsh or too tough, just hit him with the "You'll never walk alone," and then he will come down and then you'll be like, let's hit him on his softer side. You know what I mean? Let's get Zuberi on his softer side. So you hit him, "You'll never walk alone."
Don't do that, bro, because you'll freaking hype me up, man.
He said, who is the most important player for club era? Fabinho or Van Dijk or Alisson? It's Alisson. As much as it's very close between Alisson and Van Dijk, but Alisson, winning goalkeeper that gets you points is not easy to find.
Alisson scored a header that took us into the Champions League,
bro. People forget.
Yeah.
People forget. Big up, Ali. Good to see you, brethren. Good to see you. Dean Lumina says,
Yo, Dean, stop yelling in the chat, man. Nah, big up yourself, Dean.
Big up yourself, Dean. Big up yourself. Hey, he said quad coming up. Of course. Every season I go in as a quad until it's taken away from
more
me.
People is behind the quad talk for real.
Yeah,
for real.
That's the only thing. So now, Zuberi, let me ask you a quick question here. With the targets that we have, do you think you have a little glimpse of what Arne Slot is cooking in layman's term? Like, you started with our fullbacks always was kind of like a conversation where we were like, okay, it's getting weaker. Mm-hmm. And then Soboslai as a 10, we thought we had him, but his final third was always a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But now with the ones that we got right now, does it give you a little glimpse into the kitchen that and chef, the chef Slot is out here?
No, it's just the nature of the rebuild. Remember, he got to rebuild midfield, but the midfield still had deficiencies in there because Elliot, like I said, I know a lot of people like him as a player, as a person. I don't really judge him heavily on that. I think he definitely has a limitation with his build. Not trying to body shame him, but he's definitely limited within that. We don't know Elliot for his strength on the ball. We don't know Elliot for his his dribbling ability. We just know him for creativity. So I know a lot of people like watch the under-21s for England and they'll lure them and be like, yo, he's the guy for the under-21s in England. Excuse me, we're talking about Liverpool. We're talking about grown men sport. We're not talking about under-21s.
Exactly.
I'm sure he can cook in the under-21s. That's dope. But we got big men playing.
Thank you for bringing that up.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So don't tell me about what he's doing for the under-21s. Tell me what he's doing against the big man.
Big man people. Yep.
Yeah, we're talking about big man settings, right? No disrespect.
Yeah.
I know if you guys are human being. But he's just not that level. You see what I'm trying to say? So that's why I felt like one more midfielder was needed to kind of give us a little bit more flexibility to go for like a quad. When it comes to the fullback, center back, let's go with the defense. The best way to shore up the defense is in the 2 weak areas. 2 weak areas for me: left back, right back. Right back because we lost Trent.
Yeah.
Had we kept Trent and rotate him and Bradley, I don't think anyone would have an issue with that.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I don't think no one would have an issue keeping Trent and rotating Bradley. But when we come to the left side, we're just like, it needs more. And it left people to pick between Simi or Robbo.
Yeah.
People would lean towards keeping Robbo as the veteran to coach like your Kirk is in. But I don't think that's the approach we went. I think we're going the approach of, I don't know if Robbo's still leaving. Simi has no interest in leaving. So we're like, all right, screw. We're just going to bring the guy in and then you guys can fight.
They got battled out. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys can figure out who gets what minutes, when, where, and what. But this is going to be the guy going forward.
Yeah.
The next piece would be goalkeeper. And we already patented that last season.
Yep. And we brought in a free one in again.
So what that does now is free up the January window. Hear how it frees up the January window. Don't get upset, Kwasi. If Isak does not come in the summer and you felt like he's supposed to be the guy, I can see him being the January signing.
See, my soapbox on Isak is he just.
Well, I'm just laying out the rebuild.
No, I got you.
Only needed like one piece.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? The defense needed 2 pieces. The keeper we already got. All that's left is the attack. I don't see us getting a winger.
If Diaz doesn't
see us getting a winger. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Even if Diaz leave or don't leave, I still don't see us getting a winger. But we got Salah unstoppable.
Yeah.
And then we got Gakpo. Even if Diaz stays, it's still going to be Gakpo and Diaz. So the only person we get is who's in the middle. If we don't move Nunes or Jota, I can't see us just grabbing Isak. So one has to move to free up the space. So
yeah, I agree.
That's why I'm like,
and Chiesa too.
I can see it being a January thing. Chiesa needed that free hit to just run out when he can run out.
You know what?
Stocky.
But you know what? I kind of agree with you with the January thing, because at that time, Newcastle will find out whether they've gone further in the Champions League or they done. You see what I mean? So if because by January
the group stages,
group stages is done, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then now, and if they're lucky, they can play that playoffs thing to get to the knockout stage. So by that time, they figure it out whether they're done. But the other side is, if they are in contention to be in the top 5, then they'll be like, "Hey, bro, let's keep him till summer," because
contention for top 5 shouldn't be their ambition.
True. But the last time they were in Champions League, they went in like that with a small squad, and then they end up falling off the top 5.
No, I understand what you're saying. What I'm saying for Newcastle,
yeah,
because I like the team. Don't get me wrong. I rate their midfield.
Yeah.
For Newcastle, they can't keep doing this top 4 thing.
Yeah.
You can't go like, yo, as long as you get Champions League, we're good. No, that can't be your ambitions.
You need to win.
At some point you have to push for this.
Yeah.
So matter of fact, I'd love to talk to a Newcastle fan. I know there's one guy might be in America, in the New England area, Steve or something like that.
Man, if you have his contact, man, let's get him on the show.
I don't know. No, I don't, but I think he's the only one I know of. But I think your boy got it. The Arsenal guy. Damn, I forgot his name, I'll let you know offline.
Okay.
There's an Arsenal, Tony.
Oh, Tony. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Tony and Steve link. So if you can find Tony, you can get to Steve. But no, I want to ask him, like, bro, when is the ambition going to be upgraded? And that's actually a question I have for a lot of the team fans.
Personally, because, you know what the question?
Some of their ambition is literally top 4, and I'm just like, nah, come on.
It's actually Arsenal too. That's the question for Arsenal fans, because every year, what do we hear? Owners need to be ambitious. We need this. We need this. We need. And personally, I think. And now the person I want to have a conversation.
Arsenal ambition is literally to win the league.
True, but I'm in the mindset that even if they get the players that they always been crying for, they're not gonna win, because winning is a mindset. It's not just having the tools.
Yeah, no, but I'm not talking about accomplishing the goal. I'm just talking about like the mindset. So a lot of other teams outside of there's only 3 teams ambition is to win the league,
right?
And City, Arsenal, and Liverpool. And in the past 10 years, only 2 teams out of the 3 have accomplished that. What I'm saying is there's 38 games.
It's crazy, man.
For 20 teams.
Yeah.
Out of the 20 teams, only 3 teams have ambition to win it.
Yeah.
That's the problem I have. That's the part I have a problem with. That's the problem I have. There's 20 teams in here.
And only 2.
How is it only 3 teams' ambition to win it?
I mean, the league is getting.
How is this not a farmers league then? Bro, some team ambition is literally to come top 8. How is that your ambition, bro? I know it's a realistic ambition, but come on, man.
Well, the thing is,
you've been Fulham for however years you've been Fulham.
Yeah.
Your highest ambition is to break into the top 8. And then when you do, you don't even promote your ambition. Bro, listen.
I mean, you that's a good point. I
don't want to rub any Liverpool fan wrong here. I don't want to rub any Liverpool fan wrong here. When I tell you, man, I feel like a part of me, and I realized this when I was with Ends, I might be a bigger fan of the Premier League than I am for Liverpool.
A lot of people are. They don't just know it.
You know why I know this? I'm on the Premier League website for time and sync my calendar on the website of the Premier League.
Liverpool's.
Bro, I'll spend more time on the Premier League website than the Liverpool website. Bro, I'm a Premier. Bro, I don't watch no other leagues, bro. Liverpool is my team in the Prem. But on any given Sunday, bro, Monday, Tuesday,
I'm watching.
You'll be rewatching a Premier League game.
You know what the fact is? I tell people, I hate Manchester United, and they crap. They like shit. But I always enjoy watching them lose, so I can be happy for my life.
Bro, I'll cut man off for commenting like, "Yo, why you watching the game? It's not even Liverpool playing."
Like,
bro, I gave man the stinkest. I'm like, yo, family, I think you might have to leave, bro. You're ruining my day. Nah, my day is to watch the Premier League, bro.
Yeah.
You're talking about that ain't even your team. What?
I don't care which team it is.
Yeah, who cares? It's the
I'm
Premier
enjoying it.
League,
And some of the
man.
Premier League games are very enjoyable, actually. Some of them are truly entertaining. Hence the reason
What?
why. That's
I'm
the reason
watching
why.
Bournemouth, bro. I don't
You
care,
know?
man. I'm watching Everton, bro. I don't care. I'm not supporting. I'm just watching, bro. I love the league, man.
Big up to Uncle Albert in the building. But what's the name? Spirit of LFC said, if we were to do a comparison between Coutinho when he was at Liverpool and then potential verse lineup, right? What do you think that it will look like?
Nah, I need to. Is that a channel? Spirit of LFC fans.
Do you have a channel or just a super fan?
No, don't call me a super fan. That's disrespectful, man.
No.
Jesus Christ. No, I like the question and
Yeah.
I like the engagement. So I want to big him up, but I want to see if it's like a channel to go over there and talk to him offline and that. I was thinking that. I was thinking about the Coutinho stuff and I was thinking about the word stuff, right?
Because I think he did ask the same question
So,
here. He went deeper on this one. He said compared analysis. Like if you
with the lineup, right?
Yeah.
So hear me out, Spirit of LFC fans. All right, hear me out. Slot runs a 4-2-4 last preseason. He can do a 4-4-2 with a diamond, which Coutinho would have cooked at the top of the diamond, the same way I believe Words would have cooked at the top of the diamond. Man. He can run a 4-2-2-2, where you have your two striker or center forwards, and then just a little bit wide, you have 2 10 or 2-10. Words can be on the left hand side, and that's where Coutinho cooked the most on that left hand side right there. So it's not the similar profile of player because you know Coutinho had the Brazilian flair to him. I'm gonna have to see if I can find a comps of Words like shots outside the box because I'm gonna be honest.
He doesn't do much. He's always in the box.
But Coutinho had that
man.
lock, fam.
Man, the one that I remember
with the line
Southampton.
Yo, no, Arsenal twice.
The Arsenal one twice.
Yo, Coutinho was disrespecting goalkeepers we respected. We stopped respected keepers because of Coutinho.
Bro, did you see what he did to David De Gea at Old Trafford, the Europa, where he scored when David De Gea was standing right by the goal post and he still squeezed the
Yeah, but with the lineup and the potential for Words, I think Words' game is in bro. Coutinho for us. Coutinho for us was what Messi was for Barcelona.
And we saw him grow. That's the beautiful thing. We saw Coutinho grow.
Coutinho became who he is at Liverpool. He did one of the biggest things you're not supposed to do. Never meet your idols. Because he went to Barcelona and met Messi and just went downhill from there. But for Words, I think Words realized, I'm not saying that specific thing, but I feel like Words realized there are players on the cusp of world class and they move in that moment.
They're going to the right club.
I'm going to be honest with you, Quasi. I said it in a different way. I've said it that I've never seen a player left Liverpool and went on to cook. And that's true. Go check the tapes.
I've seen. I know. I agree with you.
No, I'm not talking about like your Alonso or none of them, man.
Okay.
I'm talking about like the fringe man. Them.
That one. You're right. Yep, I agree with you.
None of them, man, left Liverpool and cooked. I'm not talking about the bad boys that was here, your Mascherano, your Alonso. I'm not talking about them, man.
But even them, there's only maybe 3.
No, but what I'm saying though, there's never been a fringe man that left here and went
I agree.
To be world class.
1000%. Yep.
But there's a bunch of fringe men
who have come to
came here
and became
a level. Coutinho
almost world class or even world class.
Coutinho was fringe. Salah, I'm not saying he was fringe, but he was on the fringes of world class.
He was on the cups. So is Mane.
Alisson, Mane. There weren't
Virgil. Let's be honest, Virgil too, because Virgil used to be injury prone.
I'm gonna make a statement that's so wild, quasi for you.
People be ready.
Milner is a Premier League legend.
Facts.
Never won a Champions League. You know what Milner said out of his own mouth? I've done everything I can do in this league. And he did except Except Quasi what?
No, but look at this.
Except touching one of them
the big
trophies.
years, those big years.
And the only club in England I see can touch that trophy is Liverpool. So I'm going over there for one thing and one thing only. And the reason why I'm bigging this up right now, the season we did it, Milner joint assist record in the Champions League. So Milner didn't just talk that talk. He walked it.
He walked it.
Played part in it. Man said, I want that trophy so bad. I'm now joint assist leader in the Champions League. So when Wirtz is looking on the history of Liverpool, which all the fans already know, big up yourself if you know.
Yeah.
I'd have to look at it and go, my next move has to be the move. How many people talk about Tchouameni at Real Madrid?
None.
He was at the cusp.
If he had come to Liverpool, he would have been that dude.
Upper
if
level.
he and
Upper
bro,
level.
I've said
level.
Zuberi,
a level.
I've said it
up a level.
Zuberi, I've said what you said so many times to the point where I even said this player, Mbappe. And I believe him. Let me land real quick. Let me land real quick. I am in a personal belief that Mbappe's development was not complete. He didn't get the right manager to sit him down and say, yes, you are a superstar, but you are not complete. And I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example, right? I'll give you an example. The two people that everybody seems to think are the best ever, Ronaldo and Messi. Look at the managers that got them ready.
I think you're taking the wrong approach. Mbappe is overdeveloped.
We don't see it.
No. He stayed in the French league too long. You see when he was at Monaco. And then Monaco to PSG is like Leverkusen to Bayern. I don't think you're following me.
No, I get what you're saying. PSG
we call those leagues farmers leagues.
Right.
For the fact that you're on your club cooking. Look what Dustin's saying. That's what I'm trying to show you. When he was at Monaco, if you would have left Monaco and went to Real Madrid, Monaco to Liverpool, out of here. But he stayed in the French league to develop more. He's overdeveloped. Wirtz, Leverkusen, there's no reason for him to stay in the Bundesliga. That's what he realized.
That's what I realized. Exactly. Yep. I need to get out of here. I need that challenge. I need that challenge.
You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, he's building a character.
Monaco, if he would have left and went to Real Madrid, studying on the Benzema and Ronaldo, out of here.
Because I'm looking at this kid, I'm like, because when he won the World Cup, he has just left Monaco, right? So that was that year that you talk about where and I felt like he needed a manager who'd be like, yo, listen.
It's not a manager, it's just a destination. It's just a destination, Quasi. Sometimes it's about where you're going, not who you got with you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, sometimes it's about where you're going, man. It's not about who's with you, bro. Because on your way to success,
I think this statement is also very true. His entourage maybe saw that this guy is the special one. I don't want to say money, but money is always the ultimate end goal. But there was too much going around him where he wanted that. You know how you was talking about Wirtz. Wirtz just want a ball. Like when I look at Wirtz, he just want to play ball. Like, right? All the noise around him, he let his family take care of that. But I think Mbappe got in too quickly. Like he became more of like a LeBron type. But he didn't have
PSG did that. And that's why I'm trying to show you. What PSG did was raise the valuation. PSG overhyped, overcooked it. PSG made it more of I felt like it would have been like the flagship.
Right.
He's French. He's at the best French team. He's the face of the league. That's what Bayern wanted to do with Wirtz and Musiala. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Make them the face of the league, the face of the club.
Right.
That's not what football is about. It's not about being a face. It's not about being a face. So PSG is the one that really trapped them into that death row contract with the money and it. and made it more than what it was, bro. For Monaco would have taken 100 for him easily and call it a day.
Oh yeah,
Monaco,
they take the money. They need.
You see what I'm trying to say? Monaco wouldn't have thought about, yo, nah, he's worth 200. Monaco ain't on that type of time, and that's what I'm saying. I took it back to right there. But the point that I was trying to prove to you is, players come here, and I think players are starting to realize, yo, to be the best, you have to go where the best is. The best team in England, I don't care who's hearing this and who feels upset.
Yeah,
it's Liverpool, bro.
That's facts.
The best team in England is Liverpool. Now, the best team in the past 10 years
has been City.
It's been City. No, but the best team in England is Liverpool.
Yeah.
The best team in the past 10 years, City. The best team between 2000, 2010, United. But the best team in England overall
is Liverpool.
And it's just what it is. It's not up for debate, people.
Nope. No, I mean, people can debate. They can debate your mamas, but at the end of the day, Liverpool is that team.
Bro, I mean, we've always been, man, and we're trying to get back to where we can be like the best team in the past 5 years. You know what's crazy? Even coming runner up to City, we've been the better team.
Check this out. I'm glad you brought
the difference between us and Arsenal. We've been the better team and come second.
Yeah.
When Arsenal come second, it's like, we come second with 8 points behind. 5 points behind. Yo, when we came second, we're 1 point behind. Dude, we've been the better team.
Do you know how disrespectful we were to Arsenal this year? They were told if City falls off, you man them. It's like me racing against what's his name? Bolt.
Ozzy.
Right? I've been racing him, and they're like, hey, if he pulls a hamstring, Quincy, you are next. I'm out here just like, I got this. I've been training all year.
That's how you get gas. You know what I'm saying?
I took off. My shoe slipped a little bit. I was like, oh, what?
You know what I mean? You realize you got 2 left foot.
I got 2 left foot. Like, wait, did I wear the right shoes? I'm like, did I wear the right shoes? You know what I mean?
It is what it is, man.
But this is what, and I know some people will be like, oh, you give it. And yes, club needs to be bigger. But this is just a Mane appreciation, man. And with Mane, you have to also bring in Firmino. You have to bring in Salah. And I wish Coutinho has stayed, because what Klopp was trying to build with that guy, I don't think he will probably be.
He actually had to leave.
I mean,
it wasn't like a hindsight thing, but it was a moment thing. There was a time when he was doing a fake back injury thing between September and
December, where he went to Brazil.
Yeah, we were still getting results.
Yeah,
in his absence. No, I tell a lie. He was freaking cooking. I think
even when he came back, you'd be like,
I think he had 10 goals before he left. No, he was cooking. I tried to lie. I tried to revise it. I couldn't because I loved him.
Pops is out there just watching. Like, I dare him to say it.
He was cooking, bro. I think he had like 10 Champions League.
Yeah,
he had some, bro.
He wanted to leave on a high. He
was cooking.
He was cooking.
But the thing though with what you mentioned there is, I remember if it was on your channel, I said it. What Klopp had built and the chemistry, it turned, and it's not a disrespect to Klopp, but it's something he also said, because you can be the victim of your own success. Right. What he built was so special. Talent alone couldn't penetrate it.
Bro,
allow me to elaborate.
No, IQ.
You see that Brexit midfield? You can find individually better midfielders.
Yeah, City had that.
And those midfielders know they couldn't come into the Liverpool midfield. Do you know how crazy that is? Here's another one for you. We had the best front three in the world.
On the planet, bro.
Barcelona had the best front three.
On paper.
Bro, Barcelona had Messi, Neymar, and Suarez. and we had Firmino, Salah, Mane. Well,
and they came
front three
and destroyed them.
No one can penetrate. That was the two impenetrable front three. So when players are like, yo, I'm a winger, I could cook. Let me see where I can go. There was two clubs they could never even think of.
Yep.
As much as they want to go there as wingers and attackers.
Yeah.
There was two clubs. No matter, bro, that's the season worse was, Werner was batting up the Bundesliga. And he's looking from Leipzig going, yeah, I need to go to one of the big boys. And when he looked around, it's like,
yeah, you're not coming in this one. Yeah, bro. Yeah.
It was like, yo, you got any vacancies?
Yeah.
Nope. So man had to pick the next best thing. In his mind, Chelsea.
Yeah.
And it wasn't it. You see what I'm trying to say, bro?
Yeah. Let's big up Bush Baptist. I like that. He said Bush Baptist. Big up yourself, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, sir. And thank you for subscribing, man. Big up. Thank you, man. Appreciate you being part of the community, man. Thank you for coming through the barbershop. And he said, new here, not to football, Liverpool fan all my life. And I'm close to 50 now, but ready to chip in with bit of you guys. Thank you, brother. Thank you. All right.
Hey, I'm going to caution you. I don't know if I should call you Bush or Baptiste, but big up yourself, man. No disrespect there. All respect. Appreciate you joining in. Yes. Just know, man, we're young. We wasn't there in the 80s. I think Kwasi was born in 1999. Oh, yeah. So just know we're cut from the dark depths of Liverpool. You know, so what we're saying, we're not Klopp era football fans, but just know the trenches of Liverpool, the Liverpool that you get knocked off the perch, and then your Leicester step on you,
bro. It was dark.
It was Blackburn Rovers stepping on you.
What was the lineup?
Charlton Athletic stepping on you.
Last time you were in the chat, you started mentioning names when we said Uncle Roy was our manager. He signed Paulson. Yeah. Them play. Oh, those were some dark.
Yeah,
bro.
So Bush, just know that's what we were birthed as Liverpool fans.
Dark, man. We didn't see the light.
Seen the perch.
We didn't see the light.
We've seen Champions League, Stevie G. We've seen all that great stuff. But just know we're from a dark place, and because of that, you're gonna get two things, Bush. You're gonna get two things. You're gonna get overly delusional reaction, negative positivity. You're gonna get all kinds of mixed bag,
mixed emotions, man. We have no idea what we're doing.
With you, we appreciate you, but the young energy, it's a lot of energy. We might say a few things. If you don't like it, we might not necessarily apologize, but just know it's where we came from. Yeah. It's where we came from.
Look what Oliver says, like Konchesky, Jorovic, brother, man. And we were happy to have them people too.
Yeah, so we had Cisse. You think you could tell me nothing when we had Cisse?
Man, I remember when
I checked Cisse's stats, I'm like, nah, my football IQ and knowledge was low. Bro, that's it.
Man, it feels like Liverpool literally got relegated.
Bro,
it felt like that. It felt like we got
three winger. I thought Ryan Babel was a top 3 winger.
Was that David Ongog? We thought brother here was about to be the next.
When Rodgers, I think it was Rodgers signed Markovic, Lazar.
Was it Rodgers?
Yeah,
yes, that was Rodgers. Yeah,
bro. You think you could tell me that guy wasn't gonna top Messi?
Man, they told us he was the next Ronaldo. We were excited,
bro. I'm like Ballon d'Or in Liverpool prepare.
Man,
I couldn't even
the guy said Fulham FC. Man, you know how mad Liverpool fans got because we could not get Dempsey.
Yo, listen. When Reese, I think Arne Reese went to Fulham. He did went to Fulham, right?
Arne Reese?
Yeah, one Reese. No,
Arne Reese said the left back.
I think. That's his middle name.
Yeah,
I think it's one Arne Reese or
Arne Reese.
Yeah,
the left back.
But when he went to Fulham, confession, I thought Fulham was a better team than Liverpool. Because I couldn't understand why man went to Fulham, bro. That's a youngin. Oh, man. Bolton. Don't get me started. Didn't Bolton had a guy named Martins on there?
Man, that's what was. Obafemi Martins. No, that was a Blackburn. Obafemi Martins. Yeah.
Bro, listen, man. Them teams in them years, I felt like they were all better than Liverpool. Jesus,
he said 30 years of hurt, man. I saw a team that the best player in the team was Mike Marsh. I've seen that. Welcome, brother. Welcome.
Yeah, welcome. But we're good.
Welcome. You were one of us.
I just want you to know we're coming.
Yeah, he said Fulham. Yeah, he went to Fulham. Yeah. Man, JJ Okocha was that dude at that time.
All right, listen, man. All right, let's now visit this. We big up everyone in the chat. We just wanted to welcome Bush and let Bush know.
Yeah, welcome Bush.
To be around, just know not to hang on to everything. It's just where we came from. We didn't see the perch. You know what I mean? We never seen the perch.
Man. All we heard was Ferguson.
We heard of the perch.
We heard about the perch.
Never seen it.
Man, it's crazy, man. But I mean, back to what you were saying, that front three, that club. I mean, I was watching.
So the point is, what he built was individually you could have picked it apart, but as a collective, it was too perfect. And like I said, a lot of players look to go Galacticos, no vacancy.
Yeah,
they had a mad front line as well. Barcelona had an impenetrable front line. We're talking best left winger, best striker, best right winger. No one is penetrating that.
Nah.
Then you come to Liverpool, we don't have the best left winger. We don't have the best striker, but we have the best false nine, which was a new title at the time.
Yeah.
And then we have a hot right winger. No one was penetrating that. So it's like Barcelona had the best, we had the second best, and Real Madrid just had a machine.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to go on the ascendancy as a young player, Werner cooking up Bundesliga, wanted to go somewhere, those are three clubs that you should be going to, but in that moment you couldn't. So then what happened was even Mbappe and all of these other guys that was on the up and up, those are three teams that was off limit. You know what man was doing, Quasi? And this is what Mbappe ended up doing, and it's no, it's not his fault, but what a lot of players end up doing was just riding their time out, making some lateral movement, hoping a slot will become available at one of these teams. And that slot that I just used is double entendre, because that double entendre is slot became available for Liverpool, and he's shaking things up.
They're like, nah, I'm done. Yeah.
So now space is literally available because slot made it available. You see what I'm trying to say? Slot made the slot available. So that's what it is, man. But it's not an indictment to Klopp or the players. It was just in that moment in time. You have to respect time, and that's what Bayesian Pops is all about. Just respect the time. Don't try to spin the narrative. It was just the time. So in those moments, players couldn't just go to Real Madrid. There was no place there for them. Couldn't go to Barca. No place there for them. And I remember Coutinho never realized there was actually never any space for him.
But see, what happened with him is he got sold a dream that you are the next Iniesta. You're gonna be taking Iniesta or Xavi's spot. You are that dude. You are that dude.
But the space wasn't there. Quasi, you can't go somewhere where space isn't. Think about what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Bro, if you're going somewhere, you need to know the space is there.
Right. I mean,
it's just as simple as that.
No, I'll give him 100 for believing in himself.
But Quasi, you can't exist where space
it's not there. It's not available.
How are you gonna exist, bro?
Yeah.
There's no space for you to breathe oxygen. Messi got the whole oxygen tank on lock. So when you go there, man's telling you hold your breath and we'll figure it out.
You turn him purple. They be like, just keep holding it.
He had to go to buy-in so he can breathe.
Just keep holding it. Man.
It's just one of them things. But let's go into the what's next, right?
Yeah, that's the good question. Good way to
into the what's next.
Yeah, and I've seen that people, Bush already started talking about it's the next generation. It's not just for the next season. It's for the next generation and the next. Yeah,
that's what I want to go into the what's next. Big up Bush, by the way. I like the energy, man. Big up everyone in the chat.
Yes, sir.
Collins, Oliver. I see you guys up in there, man. What's next? When I see the question, what's next? And I'm thinking like, what's next for Liverpool? The energy in the football world is domination.
Thank you. Let me type that so people understand what we're trying to talk.
Oh, I'm gonna pull it back though, so don't post it yet.
Okay.
No, wait, I'm gonna pull it back. Wait a minute now.
No, I like that word domination because
no.
that's
But
where I
wait a
see
minute,
Liverpool.
Quasi, you know me. I'm back in the Zabiri brains now. I'm gonna pull it back. I apologize. The energy in football is domination. Let me tell you something, Quasi. I'm a numbers guy.
Yeah.
I know you're actually in finance. When I tell you I'm a numbers guy, I do numbers in the weirdest way.
Right.
Process of elimination.
Yeah.
10 years. 2 teams have won the Prem. Hear me out though. One team won it 8 times. The other team won it 2 times.
It doesn't
Hear
look
me
good.
out though.
Yeah.
That team made some good signings. Yo, that team made some signings. That team is like, this is a farmers league, and the only time you've won it.
Yeah.
I'm not disrespecting us Liverpool fans. Just hear me out.
It's the facts.
I'm not disrespecting Liverpool. I'm just saying what I saw from here in America. We won the Premier League in a season where there was COVID. We already won it. We know. I'm just giving you the optics of how it looked. We won it during COVID, even though we was walking the league already. But just hear me out. The next time we win it, City fell off. And now this team is saying City's energy is, this is Manchester City's Farmers League. The only contender up against City is us. I feel like the domination thing can't be this season.
You don't
Does
think
that make sense? No, it can't be this season.
If you do back-to-back, you're about to dominate.
About to dominate. You hear what you just said? You didn't say if we do back-to-back, we're dominating. You said if we did back-to-back, we're about to dominate. That means domination can't be this season. You see where I'm putting it down? Yeah. So you're saying if we win back-to-back, we're about to dominate, not dominating.
Right.
So we haven't did a 3-peat. We haven't did a 4-peat.
No.
So I don't like the fact we're getting hit with the domination.
But that should be the goal. We
haven't did a 3-peat or a 4-peat.
But that should be the goal.
I'm not saying it's not the goal, though. But do you understand what I'm saying?
No, I get your point. You make a valid point. Yeah.
Once, and we're aligning ourselves to go for it again.
Yeah.
But we're not talking about, they're in a position to defend the title. That's not the energy. The energy is domination. I feel like it's premature. That's just what I'm thinking. We can go for the back-to-back. Yeah. But domination is very premature. Especially when City said, you know what? We run out of steam. Let me get the best left back. Let me get the most slept-on Reinders or whatever his name is. Let me go get Kirkes, who's been lingering on the cusp, but there was no space for him nowhere else. We didn't even have space for Kirkes. Because to get Kirkes, my rough was Salah feather, and that's Elliot's spot. Elliot is standing in Kirkes' spot. All right, we'll move on from that. What I'm trying to say to you is City is in a position to be like, give me this back.
And people are already talking about it.
You see what I'm trying to say? Yeah. But when they mention Liverpool, I feel like they're trying to throw some banana peels out there, talk about, oh my God. Oh, I'm so
trying to amp us up.
They're gassing us, is what I'm saying.
Gassing us up. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I see, bro. They're like, oh my God, they're so scary. Bro, I'm not falling for it, Quasi.
I got my eyes wide open. Nah, you're not gonna catch me. You're not gonna catch me with the ball.
One eye open on the
like, dude, I'm watching you.
Yeah, man dropping a Liverpool video every day, but he's a Man U fan. Do you know how sweet the celebration will be when we fell on his banana peel? Yeah, man, but you man, serve you man right. Yes, I don't want the domination talk until we hit the 3-peat. We don't have to hit the 4-peat. But the 3-peat is where I would really wave the dominating flag. Yeah. Because the back-to-back ain't really dominating. When you hit the 3-peat, it's like, these
you are just a few. There's only, 3 people who have done it? It'll be
you see what I'm trying to say? Yeah. But when you hit the 3-peat, you're dominating. You see what I'm saying? If you go 1, City again, City, if we do the flip-flop, then still not really dominating. You know what I'm trying to say? We need a 3-peat before we can use.
I mean, this year, let's look at it this way. This year, Pep got his girl back, so it's kind of like Samson. His hair has grown back, right? He's feeling himself now. He took one of our managers, and I like how Liverpool Twitter account trolled Pep Linders. Bro, Zubair, you know what they did? They had one of Pep Linders' interviews where he was crying, talking about Jurgen Klopp, when Jurgen Klopp said, "I'm moving on." And they have this interview, Liverpool Twitter account. This is not a fan account. This is the Liverpool official account. Had Pep Linders crying about Jurgen Klopp leaving. I was like, man, these guys are trolling. After he has said, I could never see myself manage in England again under any other manager, unless he's possibly coming to Liverpool. So I was like, man, Liverpool fans, Liverpool are trolling. But Bush is saying that he lives closer to Anfield, or maybe the AXA Arena. I'm not sure which part, or Melwood. But he said that from what the conversation is going around, it seems like something is happening, something is brewing. And we heard the owner, Tom Werner, have said something like that recently. There seems to be something is brewing in the Liverpool from the top all the way to the club. And it's good to see. And we are glad that is happening. But just like Zuberi said, we have to keep our eye on the price, and the price should be dominant. So whether it's going to be a 3-peat or 4-peat or 5-peat, create a lane for yourself, like how we used to be, right? The only club with 18 league titles, the only club with 5 Champions League, that kind of stuff. That's where we need to.
Why are you giving old stats?
No, I'm saying that is where we need to get back at, where we are the only, in any category, we are the only club with that set category, right? So if, let's say you said 3-peats. 3-peat, there's City and Man U who've done it. So we are not the only ones. So then you get to 4-peat. Did City do it? So it's just City. So now you have to get to the another level, which is you have to do it 5 times. Like Bayern Munich did. You see what I'm going? You got to get to the level where it's just you. You just, you see what I mean? You the only one. You sit in a dark room by yourself, just watching. It's like Thanos just sitting in the world that he has destroyed.
So you're saying if the Prem should become a farmers league, the farmers got to be Liverpool.
It's our league.
I'm with it. You know, I'm with it.
You know what I mean?
Because you see, by that time, do you know how many Champions League we'll have? Double digits.
I'll say
double digit.
Because we are literally all away from double digit.
Because we got one the next season starting. So that's 7.
7. Quest. Yeah, no, I agree with you. 21, 7, and 11. 21, 7, and 11. That's what we do it.
I'm counting it. I'm counting
you know
it.
What I mean?
That's that. But big up the Bush.
Yeah.
We got Collins as well. 5-peat. Yeah, now I'm with it.
Yeah.
What's being built is something I've always preached. And it's not disrespect to Jurgen Klopp, because he was good for us in that moment. He was needed. But that's what I was trying to tell Kopish. Yeah. I'm like, when you're building something, sometimes it's not you, the owner, who's limiting the build. Sometimes it's the foreman you put in charge.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's the squad the foreman assembles. So you, as the owner, you want it to go a certain way, but you're limited by the guy up underneath you. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So limitation isn't from me. I'm all in, but I can only do so much through this guy, who can only do so much through his team. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Bro, we got a second coach focusing on writing a book. I'm pretty sure there was more football and shit he could have been focused on. Like up and coming talents, contracts being expired.
Yeah.
But he was focused on writing a book. The manager was very comfortable with his second in command, taking time for that and not focusing on sealing player contracts.
That's why we fell off.
We talk about Bush mentioned next generation and that. You see the next generation, bro. The team that we currently have with the owners all the way down is very much focused on the future.
Yep.
Very much focused on the next generation. Very much so.
And then if you look at the players that say supposedly we were looking at to bring in, and then Klopp said no. You have Bruno Guimaraes from Newcastle, right? Him on this squad, bro, steal. The midfield is just steal, regardless of who he plays with, right? There was rumors about Endo Fernandez, but I'm not sure.
I ain't going front. He had a run last season. Maresca wasn't working with him, and then he brought him in, and then he made him captain, and then he had a run.
He scored goals.
Yeah, he had a run.
Yeah. And
I was just like, is that his potential? It was almost like Frank Lampard-esque. I was like, ew. Yeah. Okay, I see you, my guy. No, I just because every week I'm watching Chelsea on some hate and stuff. I hope these men get packed in. He's the one stepping up. I was like, what, when Palm went on his drought, check the drought stats. It was
Enzo who stepped up,
with the arm. That was disgusting.
After even going through that situation with the world captain, and he came out and stepped up. That one I'll give him credit for having that mental strength to do that. Big up to Mandem in the building. We are 12 away from 500 people. So please, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Let's get this thing done. And I guess we could start our calling show from July 1, like the transfer window opening up. You know what I mean? We can talk maybe the Isak thing. You see what I mean? People hit the like button. People hit the like button.
I don't know if they qualify, Quasi.
For what? The calling?
Yeah,
we'll find out, man. The only way we'll find out
right now. I'm gonna test your knowledge right now.
Yes, sir. What's up?
Tell me Arne Slot's 2 formation going into the season, not preseason. Tell me
the season.
Don't tell me the starting lineup. Just
no. Yeah. That's why if you
lay it out, break it down for me.
No, if you see my show,
football knowledge to be running callings.
If you see my shows, I have not talked about who's gonna play here. No, because we're just focusing on the players right now because we don't know.
Quality. The depth of the calling isn't about you, man.
Yeah, but the calling show usually is about the caller, not the host, right? But
for the caller called in and said, "Run me 2 formation."
2 formation is 4-2-3-1. Yeah, 4-2-3-1. I think he's gonna use that because he likes that double pivots, right? And that's McAllister and Gravenberg, or Gravenberg and whoever it is. He likes that solid pivot to support the center backs. And then the other formation is the 4-2-4 or the 4-2-2-2-2 or however people classify that, because he likes also to have an option of having players run around, be fluid rather than 4-2-3-1 can be static at times. Right? It could be just straightforward. We coming straight down your throat. But when you go 4-2-4, the 4 up front can interchange even on the sides instead of maybe staying one left or one right.
The 4 in the front don't have a striker.
They don't have a striker, so they can move all over. You could see Salah even playing left wing.
So where is Isak?
Isak can play both sides. That's the cool thing about Isak. He can shift around the front. That's what do you think I've been? So Mary, I've done my studies. I've been learning. I've been watching this kid.
Wait, you said you graduated with your degrees and your honors,
man, I had to take an extra course, man. I had to take CEUs.
Now people smash the likes, man. I think he's ready, man. So he took an extra course.
I took extra course, man.
I went to Siemens University in the Bronx,
Bro, I'm taking YouTube University. I'm taking TikTok. Bro, I'm in all my CEUs. I got 2 more years before I have to renew them. So we good. We can do the calling shows. You know what I mean? But and I'll be honest with me. 4-2-3-1 is one of my favorite formations. And it's one of my favorite because it is basic, but at the same time it's deadly because it takes both sides of the field at once, the defense side and the attack side, right? I fell in love with Klopp because of his 4-2-3-1 Gegenpressing. And it was
I'm lost. What?
I said I fell in love with Klopp's 4-2-3-1 because of how he implemented the Ganger pressing, because it was a whole new style of play. I'm not saying that he created Ganger press.
Wait, Klopp never run a 4-2-3-1.
In Dortmund, that's how his formation was. In Liverpool, he changed it to 4-3-3. Like if
you lost me, bro. I'm
a
Premier League fan. You can't mention Dortmund.
No, I'm just saying that.
You lost me, man.
No, I'm giving you the reason why I like the 4-2-3-1 formation.
Okay, so you like 4-2-3-1 because the club at the Dortmund days.
Exactly. You
must have been bitter when he came to Liverpool and never run it.
Bro? Oh my God. I had shows. I think I was on so many people's shows. I think 12 Men was the one who said, okay, Kwesi, enough. We know you like this 4-2-3-1. Okay, we are about a club.
No, there was a lot of Liverpool fans that probably fell in love with it because of that same reason.
Yeah.
Because a lot of Liverpool fans fell in love with him from Dortmund.
Yes.
So and it's dope, but I was wondering where, because it's crazy you brought this up.
Yeah.
I never cared for 4-2-3-1.
Really?
Bro, I'm telling you right now, when the Netherlands dropped 4-3-3,
yeah,
sold. You know what I did with the 4-3-3? I went 3-4-3. And that's where I was gonna take this question.
Yeah.
Because Frimpong and Kirkes, I think I've always made this case for Klopp to shift the 4-3-3 to a 3-4-3 because we had the players for it.
Yeah.
And he never did it because remember we had Matip, VVD, Lovren, and Joey G at one point in time.
Yeah.
At one point in time, right? You know who was in the wings? Not Phillips. So we had room to run the back three.
The back three, yeah.
We had room to run it. So I was advocating for it, but the reason why I asked you about your formation to gauge your knowledge there is I heard rumblings that the current setup looked like a back three could be on the cards.
I mean, with the emergence of Gehi,
I'm saying Kirkes run a back three.
Kirkes? Did Bournemouth play back three with?
I'm saying Kirkes run a back three. Even for Hungary, you know.
Hungary, I thought Hungary plays 4-3-2-1. So they always have Soboslai on the other wing.
Bro, I don't know. I'm just hearing the rumblings. You know, I'm not on the spaces, but the man I'm saying it looks like a back three could be on the cards.
I won't be surprised because let's be honest, even Bradley can be a wing back because that guy has the lungs too.
Hey, you see Olivier saying your Slot will run 3 to 4 formation every match depending on situation. I was on Bayesian Reds TV, big up them, man. They do the Friday night live.
Yeah.
Sorry, man, I butchered the name if I did.
Yeah, Friday Night Live is a lot of live.
I'm already drinking from last night and this morning, man. I'm
Friday Night Live, yeah.
And I asked him the question. I was like, yo, do you think he'll bring out 2 new formations? Because he was like one of the first managers we've seen in a long time that busts out multiple formations. And he even recalls City. We played City with 2 different formations.
Yes.
So it's not your standard. Yeah, it's not like, yo, Liverpool, this is their formation and that's it. It's like, bro, he runs formation even in game and
in game. Yes, I agree. That's true.
You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So I was asking him, can he see him bringing in a new formation and what the new formation is? And he thinks it could be the 4-4-2 with the diamond. So he goes 1-6, even though you said he liked 2 pivot. Pops Bayesian Bonds is saying he can see 1-6 with Gravenberch. And then you have McAllister Szoboszlai. Then you got Wirtz in the front and Gakpo Salah as the 2 up top. 2 could be wide or tight.
That'll cook though. That will cook because you got.
You want me to switch it for you?
It changes into a 4-3-3 actually.
No, it changes into a 3-4-3. Because Gravenberch drops between the 2 center backs.
Yes.
Yes.
Because
and what will happen is Yeah, they go next to Alice, McAllister and Sabazlai. They give you a 4, and then
Spread
Waltz
out.
go straight through the middle.
I can see that.
And Gakpo, you know who's missing? Isak. But that's not the point of the conversation. I just want you to know the flexibility.
I mean, I'm tough, man. Salah might take a break. We can't have Salah play too many games, man.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I agree with you, but I just wanted to let you know, Bayesian Bonds brought that. And I think Enz mentioned it as well. A few people have been mentioning the 4-4-2 with the diamond to put Gravenberch deep and Words at the top. And then the other 2 is Sabazalai and McAllister. And I'll be honest, that midfield is probably the only midfield I can see that can go toe-to-toe with the Brexit midfield.
Who? Sabazalai, McAllister, and Wirtz? Or...
No, it's a 4. It's a 4-man midfield. Yeah, so it's Gravenberch
deep, yeah, on the bottom.
Breaking the lines deep.
You
got McAllister and Sabazalai.
Yeah. And
then Wirtz in the top of the diamond.
Yeah, I mean, you have creativity. You got the workhorse.
So it will go to workhorse. Breaking the line with a pass is McAllister.
Yeah,
breaking the line with a dribbling is Gravenberch.
And then
creating Wirtz,
and then you got a workhorse. Yeah. That would be
the only problem I got is who backs that up.
Who backs out?
Back it up. Bench ones. Let's talk.
We don't have any. I mean, Jones
Endo for Gravenberch is calm.
And then Jones for McAllister.
Okay,
that's it.
Then we'll run out of options.
Yeah, because
Elliot for Words.
Elliot, it's not gonna work. Nah, there's a big drop
Elliot's for Gravenberch.
No, that's that's the worst. I'd rather have him be after for Words.
But Manasem Basecic is back.
He's injured.
I'm not on the spaces, so you got me.
He's injured. That's the thing.
I was trying to hype it,
but I've been hoping that I think the manager will wait to see him before he goes for a midfielder. But the person that everybody's kind of like forgetting is
Nioni.
Yes,
he said. But where you put him though?
I think Nioni will be.
I don't think he's doing the Sabazalai running box to box.
No. He'll be with
Wirtz.
No,
McAllister.
Gravenberch.
Deep.
He has a slippy. He slipped. That guy is slippery. He might not do the defensive side like Endo.
Then you can't put him deep then.
But you need him to break those lines. Those
So he's where McAllister is. Deep line playmaker.
Yeah. But he would do his different because he
and
could
then you can put Jones where Sabazalai would be with the box to box.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if Jones got the lungs,
Yeah.
I've never praised Jones for his running,
But see, he's slick. He's more.
He can go where probably Wirtz is as well, but I don't know him for.
He holds the ball too long. Well, that's his position up there.
Yeah, but you see what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, up there you can hold the ball.
He's not known for his lungs. I've never
heard a man
go, yo, Jones 10 kilometers per match. Ooh,
no, he can't.
I've never.
That's why I always fall back into the 4-2-3-1 because guess what? That 10 is that 10 in the middle where behind the striker. Always, if something goes wrong, always have 2 people behind him.
And
you see what I mean?
That 2 is a cleanup man.
Exactly. So even if you put, and I think that's what.
You're a fan of the diamond, then.
What's up?
You're a fan of the diamond.
It is another form of the diamond because there's the 2 and the top, right? This one you just brought one back. That's why I think Jones will probably will do better with that, that 10 role. Because then he doesn't have to worry about running back all the time. He got the clean up crew for him. All we need him is release the ball quicker.
But yes. Because that's what I was gonna say. You did mention the 10 gotta be swift. You gotta see the pass before
the ball. That's one thing that Coutinho was genius at.
Yeah, but to be honest, I'm not shooting at him. It could be something that was taught to him.
Who, Jones?
You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
It could have just been something like, yo, just don't loosey goosey it.
Yeah.
But when you're in the 10, You have to loosey-goosey it, man. You have to hit space. Hoping, man, is running in them space. You have to hit channels.
We're giving you the free roll.
Yeah, how do you break the line without hitting channels? You have to hit the channels.
Yeah.
There should be players running in them channels. Hit them. Because when a player makes a pass, you go, yo, I didn't even see that. Yeah, you didn't see it because all he did is hit the channel.
Yeah.
And my man was already running in the channel because he knows my man is going to run in there.
Yep.
And that's when you're like, yo, nah, these men are telepathic. It's like, yeah, the manager tell him, run in the channel. I'm putting a guy to find that channel. And that's why KDB and your other guy at times, they come off so world-class because when you're in the 10, all you have to do is hit the channel.
Find that
because
spot.
the pass is not really on. But if you can put it in the channel, I think Elliott did it in a 4-2-4 in preseason.
Against the first game. The first match. First match, he saw the pass.
The formation. I didn't like the formation. 4-2-4. I was like, the fuck is this? So no strategy.
4-2-4, it's 4-2-4 for me, it's two ways. It could be a Hail Mary game, a Hail Mary formation where you need a goal. So you'll be like, okay, people, I'm giving you guys the free roll. Go in. Or it could also be very defensive, like how we played against City when we went to Etihad. Deep. And we say, okay, we dare you. Break us up. Right? We dare you. Break us up.
Doesn't have that lone striker just standing.
No.
Every man is working, man. Every man clocked in.
Everybody has
in deep.
Exactly. Everybody has, and you're a military guy, so you probably get this. You know how Air Force, the whole globe is I think set up in squares. So the pilots know which quadrant they are just based on the radar, right? The radar picks you up based on, I think it's a quadrant. Is that what they call it?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this right now, bro.
I'm kind of because I've seen the picture.
You see, if you ever mention military again, reference the Air Force, fam. Nah, we're gonna have problems.
I know you. I understand, but I see the rivalry.
You can't associate me with the cheer force, bro. I'm not a part of the cheer force. I'm boots on the ground. Tell me about the Air Force, bro. We don't do the cheer force and the baby seals and the Marines, the crayons and that, bro.
Big out to the league.
That's was a 5-5-0.
That brother said 5-5-0. No, you see that formation that he played against City, it was
a deep 4-4-2.
It was deep 4-4-2.
No, it's
4-2-4. 4-2-4.
Because we basically sandwiched McAllister and Gravenberch
together, yeah, and we just stood there, and then we just told what's that guy? What's that? The sprinter who's the what's his name? Doku. Go ahead, keep running. Right?
Yeah, just told him he came in, Gravenberch was there. If he cuts back, Salah's
already there. Yeah. So we told him, yeah, just keep it. Yeah, burn.
So we basically locked them in, bro.
They had no space. You know, Haaland didn't touch the ball almost till the last few minutes.
Wow, Quasi, he's standing between a back four, too tight to that. So there's no space to come deep. And then 4 tight to that too. He had nowhere to breathe.
Nowhere to breathe. No
room. There's no space in behind because it's just playing catch and practice for at that point. Bro,
the thing that I see why people think we may go back 3 is because we're gonna possibly get Gehi if these rumors are true. But then you forget to also we still have Joey G. And when Joey G is fit enough, yes, he can do a few minutes.
He's a good utility player. I want to accept this might be his last season.
I think this is the last.
I'm hard pressed to see him as much as I would want it to see him retiring at Liverpool.
And I think it's going to be him and Robo.
Yeah, it's possible Joey retire here because he doesn't go on and go up a level. Nah,
he's going to have to drop.
Yeah. And I don't know if he's ready for the drop. Kind of like Ox. Like Ox wasn't really ready for the drop. After all these injuries, and even Lallana, like there's a lot of player. It's it's a drop. So it's either you drop early to solidify yourself in the new team and then retire there.
And come back, or
no, there's no coming back.
No. I mean, come back.
You see, like Lallana went to Brighton and then they kind of embraced them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You go to that club. Let's say a promotional team comes up, and then you join them. That's
and then you keep them up, and then they lord you for keeping them up.
Exactly.
And that's just where you retire.
That's where you are from now on.
Yeah. I don't know if he's ready for that move, though.
And I think that's why he didn't leave. And they're looking at it like, bro, this guy knows everything about the club. Keep him.
Realistically, where could you see him going? Like, what's next for Joey G?
I'm on the same wavelength. I think
because he's utility right now.
He's a utility player. He's gonna do the low games, the first rounds of FA Cup and those Carabao Cups, right? But after Liverpool, I think he joins a promotional team, or he goes to the Championship, or a club might take, like, let's say a Brentford would just keep him just for the experience, like how Brighton did with Lallana or Milner. But he won't get too many. He won't get too many playing time. He's just there for people, because a lot of times the
winning
fans,
mentality.
Exactly. We the fans, we usually don't give credits to that, but there's a lot of youth. Liverpool's not the only club with youth coming up. All these clubs have youth coming up. So somebody's looking at Joey and said, one, he's been Liverpool 10 years. He's seen everything. He's a winner. He's won everything. He's gone through major injuries and come back and still be one of England's best center backs. So there's a lot of knowledge there for him to give to the youngins, right? And then maybe, I don't see him as a manager, though. That's the only thing.
There's 3 teams I see him going to. Wolves, Sunderland if they survive, and Forest.
A team that sit deep, so he doesn't have to worry about running that much.
The reason why I say Forest is Espirito Santos and Forest had an amazing run with Chris Wood and what they doing over there. I think Alanga's over there, Gibbs White, having a defender like Joey G. It's a massive improvement, man. This is a Champions League winner, Premier League winner. That's what they would need to get to the next level. Wolves can use him as a survival tactics. Sunderland, if they survive and they want to show their fans ambition, they grab a guy like a Joey G.
Oh, so you're saying Henderson and Joey G showing them Sunderland how it's done? Because I see Hendo might go to Sunderland.
You see what I'm trying to show you?
Yeah.
So realistically, I just want you to know that's what I see for him. But he can realistically stay here as long as he's good with as long as he retired from international
I think he needs to. He needs time.
Because he would have to realize he would need game time, form, fitness.
A whole year. He's not gonna be in time. He doesn't have time for
you see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
If he takes his eye off that and like, yo, I'm here to serve on some John Wick stuff. Yeah, he can go the distance, man. I saw him in the DM role for Liverpool.
No, he left back, right back. As a matter of fact, I think he's a much better left back than he is a right back.
Yeah, and I saw him I saw him inverting as well. So I was like, all right, cool. So we can use him as a utility player. Yeah. If he's comfortable with that, we run it. But just know you won't get an England call-up being a utility.
And I think he has come to terms with that, because if he wanted an England call-up, he would have left and go to a Sunderland right now where he can get maybe.
Well, I wouldn't want him to go to Sunderland unless they show me. If I'm Joey, show me you can stay here. And then I'll come and help you stay
here. Yeah. Because he needs a lot of game time, like consistent week in, week out.
Yeah, and you don't want to go to Sunderland and they're relying on you to make them stay.
That's too much pressure.
Joey, that's too much pressure. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, too much pressure.
Show me
right
you
now.
Can stay here for the Sunderland argument. Wolves get us to mid-table. Okay, that's a calm pressure. But Forest, if he goes to Forest, that's like get us to Europe.
And they are in Europe actually this year.
Yeah, if you're Joey G and you can keep a Forest in Europe, you're value. You might even get an England call-up.
What about this, though? Let me throw you a real hard one. Newcastle. He's a Champions League winner. He's not going to play a lot. So at this point, we're saying that the whole England call-up is done, right? But he can play week in and week out in Champions League, but he can play Champions League games and show you guys how it's done.
Yeah.
What do you think? Because the last time Newcastle played Champions League, it was just that the old format. This new format is a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Newcastle playing a back three, bro.
Oh, they do, huh? They do or they not? No, they have
3-4-2-1.
So, Newcastle have a left back that is not simple.
They got Hall and they play Livramento over there more while, but Livramento, it's a weird formation with Newcastle. They'll switch it up all the time. Big up to Eddie Howe. He does experiment a lot.
Yeah.
But they can run a back three with like Fabian Shaw, Botman, and Burns.
Yeah.
So, I mean, bro, Shaw is up there, man, in age. Like, I swear he's about
Shaw is old, man.
Yeah.
You still remember Shaw?
Yeah, he's 33. He's up there.
You still remember when he first came out of Southampton and went to Man U, and he's like Peter Pan, man. He never grown up.
You know who's up there as well? Burns, also 33. The youngest man in there is Botman, who's 25. So, to be honest, I don't know if Joey is reliable enough to say.
What about, okay, this one is crazy. Everybody, but big up to Singh. We appreciate you, man. Thank you for the kind words. What do you think about Everton?
Yeah, I'm a fan of the Premier League, but I don't think I can entertain this guy.
You can't have Pep Linders in City and Joey G.
A Liverpool player going to Everton. I'll take an Everton player. Don't get me wrong.
Well,
but a Liverpool player going to Everton.
Gordon went to Everton. I mean, he was youth, but
no. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Prem debut.
Oh yeah. No, but I think Joey, I think I think there's an acceptance. There is an acceptance where he realized that, okay, that injury set him back. I didn't know it was that bad.
No, it's definitely bad, man. But
I didn't know it was that bad. It set him back because he was getting slowly back up. You remember, he was getting a lot of game time, whether it was left back or right back, and even sometimes hitting the DM. He didn't play any games last season. I don't remember any games that Joey G played last season, besides preseason. And then it was like, yo, this man is gone for the season.
Yeah, bro, there's a few teams in the Prem that can really use Joey. Even Palace can use Joey.
True.
You know what I mean?
Actually, that is
Bournemouth can use Joey. There's a few teams that can use him. Even Spurs, which I wouldn't really tolerate, but even Brighton, as simple as you see him there, bro, they can use a Joey. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I will more promote to the teams that is more pragmatic because he won't have to be open up to running around too much. He just focus on just that defensive, that what's his name? Even Nat Phillips. Nat Phillips is he's a good defender. Like, he knows how to defend, but it's just the way we play always get him exposed. Finally, where is he going now? West Albion. So yeah, man, Joey G, man, he's that dude, man. I want all the best for him. And actually, what do you think about Elliot? If you were to pick, you advising Elliot and say, brother, listen, Liverpool is not the place for you.
One team in
England or abroad.
All right, I'm looking at the table right now. Elliot doesn't work at Bournemouth. Doesn't work at Villa. Doesn't work at Brentford. He could cook at Brighton, but only in the 10. Only in the 10. Burnley burned an image of rugged 4-4-2
for so long.
For so long, I don't know if the new Burnley can hold him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't really know. I don't really know.
Abroad, man. I think abroad. He needs to go to abroad.
Can't go to Forest.
Too rigid.
I'm thinking for Elliot.
I can say Spurs.
No, I can't go to Spurs.
Well, with the new manager, no, we don't know yet. So
yeah, no, he can't go to Spurs.
What about
Thomas Frank went to Spurs?
Yeah, Thomas Frank.
Yeah, no. Thomas Frank, that's the Brentford guy, right?
Yeah.
No, he needs spacey wingers. Yeah, Elliot. The thing that kills Elliot, he's almost like a Jack Grealish, where they're not bad footballers and creators and can finish in certain moments, but they're not skinning a guy and they're not outpacing anyone. Jack Grealish isn't known for his pace and skinning a guy. Jack Grealish is known for his cutbacks.
Right.
And whipping it in. What is Elliot known for? Cutbacks.
Yeah.
Whipping it in.
Finding those little pockets.
Yeah, and creating with the passing, right?
Yeah.
Those type of players can't be in counterattack teams. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those type of players need to be in teams that possession based, dominating the ball, bopping it around. If that Spurs ambition, all right, cool.
Yeah.
But I don't see Elliot starting over the guy in the middle. What's his face? Madison.
No.
Even if
Aston
they
Villa?
do Madison, Alice, and Elliot, don't know.
They're not gonna do 2-10s. I don't think they will do 2-10s.
So it's very tricky where we send them. And I'm gonna be honest, I see him at
Aston Villa.
Bro, when I say it, don't get upset, man. Just know, bro.
Everton.
When I say it, just don't get upset, bro. Because most of the teams don't really play with like a 10 like that. You know what I mean? We're talking Sunderland.
I mean, that's actually a good shout because he will play many games.
We're talking Sunderland.
He will play a lot of games, and he needs that.
And then he can go there as the big boy. And he can walk with his chest down.
As Leeds is back, right?
Leeds is back.
I see him at Leeds too.
I don't know if I see Leeds,
No, I see him at Leeds. Leeds don't play like they used to where they were all action, all attack. But my preference for Elliot is to go abroad. Learn a different way of play. Diversify your game. That's why I'm so happy for Kwanzaa. Right? There's nothing you're gonna learn new in the prep. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, realistically, he can go to Palace.
Elliot? Like take over like what what's his name? Not Eitze, but his former partner used to play what's his name? Ends-man look alike.
Oh, Olise,
yeah.
I'm mad I know who you was talking about. Yeah, big up yourself, Ends, man. Yeah, he can go to Palace. The thing is, Palace might be under so much pressure. If they run a 3-4-2-1 with Sa and Eze, do Elliot back himself to displace Sa?
Nah, Sa is too athletic.
You see what I'm saying? So the thing that beats Elliot is the only thing that keeps players in their team.
Being athletic.
And it's usually athletic and pace.
Yeah. That's right. Go to France. I'll go to France. The game is slower. It's more tech skill. You learn something new.
It's so sad because he can't even make a shot for Dortmund.
Nah. Dortmund have pace, man. Them boys run. Them boys run for days. I think he can do good in Germany, but it won't be Dortmund.
Well, what I'm trying to, like he can go to Marseille and coach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But Liverpool to Marseille and hopes to come back to what? You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Liverpool. So it's just
the thing is him. It's just that he has no pace. Like when he runs, he feels like he's it's like a little. I don't want to say they get in trouble. It's like a young boy running. Like he's forcing. Like there's too much forcing instead of let it come to you naturally. The next option for him is gain weight and be able to hold the ball and be like Grealish, where all people do is just foul you. You get the ball. You see what I mean?
I don't think he's that slick.
True.
Unfortunately, I don't think he's that.
That's the thing. That's why I think Arne Slot always couldn't play him because that like literally, what do you do, Elliot? We know you can find the pockets, but after that, it's like what else?
I think he's limited.
It's very limited. That was the thing.
Yeah, it's so limited, bro.
It's
Because
very limited.
as a center mid,
and his style of play
there's
is always
there's no defensive attributes.
there's no defense. There's no defense in him. There's no defense unless you play 4-4-2 and then you put him up top with the other guy. But
what do you think of Ben Doak? What's next for Ben Doak?
Same thing. There's no diversify in this game. Whatever he's doing, top level defenders can read him before he even does it. The only thing
I've seen him skin a few, man.
When he first came out, he had that. Yeah, when he first came out, he had that pace. But then it's like, yo, the guy who's in front of you is Salah. We deal with Salah. Ben Doak, okay, you could run faster than Salah now, but other than that, what else? I've never seen him pass the ball.
It's the weak foot, huh?
Yeah, exactly. So it's either you try to work on the weak foot as strong enough so that now you're unpredictable. And that's where Elliott is stuck on. He's so left-footed dominant. It's like, bro, we know you always want to do that cut back to your left and then put in the top bin. If we take that away from you, then what? Now, one thing that I can say that he is good at is when he gets a free roll where he can move around wherever, he plays well. But how many teams will give you that? Because these days, all these teams are so structured. What team is going to give you that free roll where you could just run around and do whatever you want? You know? Like,
question for you. Switch it up. What's next for Jota?
I think Jota should come off the bench. If he's going to stay at Liverpool right now
Jota is still fringes because he's never made.
That's the thing. He can stay fit. One thing his positive thing that I like about him is when he's come off the bench, he's deadly because he pay attention during the game. So he knows what defenders are doing. And when you give him the chance, he will score. But when it comes to starting, he doesn't have him also, same thing. That's why I was so frustrated with Arne Slot when he played him against PSG, these monsters, defenders that they have speed. He doesn't. Right? So it's like unless you put him in the box where you give him the ball and then he finds the top bin, or let him come off the bench because then he knows who's the weakest link in the team.
My last question on the what's next. Federico Chiesa having given a run in.
I'm glad
injuries, fitness, getting back to it. 27, I believe. Sits on a number 14 shirt. This is the season for him to prove whatever it is he is.
Do you think
selling him this summer is off the table because he hasn't proved anything? Right. So this is his proven season.
But check this out, though. He wants to go to World Cup.
Yeah, he can prove that this season.
You think he's going to get more than 20 games? Not starting, just 20 games.
You're telling me Chiesa in the League Cup where let me scale this correctly. The League Cup is about 10 games?
Yeah, that's hoping that you don't get beat.
It's about 10 games to the League Cup, right?
Yeah, both games. You talk about both FA and Carabao Cup?
No, just the League Cup.
Oh no, it's not 10. It's because usually
about 6?
About 5, yeah. Unless if we were to start from round 1, then you get.
Okay. All right. So let's say both cups is 10 to 12 games. Hear me out.
Yeah.
10 games in both cups. Chiesa got 10 assists. 10 assists, 5 goals. No, I haven't counted Prem yet.
Yeah.
Simulate Prem, whatever you want to put it to. That's a shout for World Cup.
True. I agree.
You see what I'm trying to say? And the reason why I did it that way is because a lot of people tend to focus on the league. And I rate the league, and it's the end all be all for me. But we know he's gonna get cup games. I've seen Cody Cody was the top scorer in one of the cups.
Yeah, Carabao Cup.
He had like 4 goals, right?
7.
7. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
What if Cody had the same number in the FA Cup? Had we gone all the way?
We win it. Yeah, if we get somebody in the FA Cup like Cody, we win the FA Cup, or at least make it to the final.
Well, you see what I'm trying to show you, though.
Yeah. But the thing is,
he had
But then the Italian manager Gattuso will say, "I want you to play game in and game out." Man, maybe you will be part of the squad if that's what he's going for.
Bro, no, that's a mad stat. Man played 6 games in the EFL Cup, 5 goals, 1 assist. That's a goal contribution a game.
That's Gakpo?
Yeah. So that means it's 6 games in the EFL Cup. So if Chiesa could get 5 assists, 1 goal, it's a goal contribution a game.
Yeah.
Champions League, it's about 8 games, group stage, right?
Yeah.
Cody had, I don't know if it's just group stage, but total he had 8 games, right?
Mm-hmm.
He had 3 goals, 1 assist. So that's a goal contribution every other game.
Mm-hmm.
Stats like that can get you looked at depending on how your counterpart is performing.
True.
You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And I didn't even mention Prem. So just off the cups alone, depending on which cups he gets a run in, because I don't see any stats here for Cody in the FA Cup. Oh, because we got knocked out early.
First round. And I think Chiesa scored that goal, right?
Right. But anyway, let me go check Chiesa's stats for it. But you get what I'm trying to say.
I think he gave us 2 goals. I think Chiesa gave us 2 goals. But now, I like that question because it also kind of allowed me to squeeze in a question for you. Liverpool fans talking about Fofana.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you rather keep Chiesa, get Fofana, or push up Rio?
No, but the thing with Chiesa is he hadn't played football in a while, kind of like Arthur Melo.
Mm-hmm.
Like he got iced out the Juve squad,
right?
Injuries, whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
And injuries is the key thing there. So last season, he was underutilized, but it was mainly down to fitness, being ready, and being up to speed.
Right. Mm-hmm.
The Prem ain't just something you can jump into, bro.
True.
You see what I'm saying? So he played 6 Premier League games, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't 6 great minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm trying to say? He played the FA Cup. He played 2 games and got 1 goal.
Mm-hmm.
Then he played the EFL Cup and he played 3 games. He got 1 goal, 1 assist.
Yeah.
Champions League, he played like 3 games, and I'm pretty sure them 3 games did not equal 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Maybe it did, but I'm just trying to make a case for him saying this is his season to make some sort of impact.
That's true because he has what?
But you can't sell him before he does what he does.
It's gonna be tricky because then you have 2 players that they are not reliable, Jota and Chiesa.
Well, Jota for me is Jota, Chiesa on the bench. I'm good with, but Elliott on the bench is the one I'm not really comfy with, man. I'm basically focusing on the bench. Yeah, the bench, bro. Because when you talk about what's next, to me, I'm thinking about, we know what the starting level could be. But after the starting level, what's next? So when I see what's next, that's where my head went.
Yeah. That's why I'm asking, Ale says go get Fofana, but I'm like, we got a player named Rio who I saw a picture of him. This kid has stretched out. He looks like a big man body now, right? He's like almost the same height as Bradley.
Is it Rio hit the growth spurt from that?
Yeah, he hit that growth spurt. And he was doing some speed training, and you're like, bro, this kid is ready. So we will see during preseason should we go get another left winger, or because we still don't know what Diaz. The rumors are that the Saudis.
Yeah, but we have time. July 1st haven't even hit.
Haven't hit yet. Yeah,
we haven't even get into preseason yet, so we don't really know.
And that's why I use the priority transfer is complete, because those were the ones that they'd be like, let's get it out of the way, and then let's see what we need.
Yeah, because the rest is dependent on who stays, who goes.
Exactly. Yeah.
But those 3 was needed. Okay, now I get what that meant.
You see what I mean? Those 3 were like, we needed.
It's actually 4, because if you count
The goalkeeper.
Mamardashvili,
yeah. You guys said let Rio develop. He's almost 18. So I don't know how much. He's not 17 anymore, people.
Nah, we can run him at Brighton. Nah, they got Mitoma. We can run him at a Prem team.
Oh yeah. He's ready. I mean, yeah, we don't want to push him. We don't want to push him way too fast. I'm out here talking about Mbappe was not developed properly, and then I'm telling Rio, yeah, you started over setting man them. No. But he needs to start playing with the grown-ups so that he can develop. Because there are some players who are ahead of their times. Messi at 16. I mean, look at Yamal. Same thing. So some players, they are just, they're ahead of their time, and you just have to give them that game time. So, and I think he's one of the same thing as Trey. Trey is also the same thing.
I don't think Trey or Rio is ahead of his time based off what they're currently doing. Because what they're currently doing, they're not really doing it against grown men and world-class players.
That's true. So
you see like Lamine Yamal doing it against world-class players and grown men. All right, he's ahead of his time. Mbappe was doing that as well at Monaco. Rio and Trey, they're just doing it at their level. They're doing it brilliantly, but compared to grown men and world-class players,
yeah,
I've never seen Trey did anything against a grown-ass man and went, ooh.
That's the thing.
Old men playing, and Trey, what was Trey in that game? I felt like Rio was a part of that game. Where was he at? I don't think he was, but I probably was making it up. I know he got to run out.
He said, what have we seen in Rio to say he's one or the other? Well, that's the whole thing. Nobody knew about setting man them until you gave them the opportunity. So during preseason, we're going to see it. At least against Preston, they always played just the youth. So we will see it.
Bro, what the man them telling me about Rio is based off his level. It's not based off footballing levels. It's not based off up against world-class players. It's not based off playing against grown men.
Yeah.
They measure him off his level and the peers around his age.
Yeah.
Yes, there can be a gap between you and your peers. When you scale that to the Prem, we haven't seen anything.
Yeah. Not yet.
Because, bro, I heard about Musialowski, some gunman.
Oh, yeah, that man.
Bro, I've never seen a video of him, but the way people telling me about him, he's a bagman.
We never heard from them
window, again. If it wasn't last window, it was the window before. I checked the transfer in and out.
Yeah.
And it said released. I'm like, wait. If he was all of this for a year and a half, he just got released. Not promoted and sold. Released. I was like, wow. I haven't heard that.
That's crazy. Since. Yeah. Yeah. Now we're still waiting for Nunes. I think Kwanzaa. I forgot that he was on international duty.
I thought Kwanzaa is going to somewhere for 40 mil or something like that.
Kwanzaa, yeah, they say they're waiting to after the.
Was it Leverkusen?
Leverkusen, yeah. So let me share this real quick. Let's say they're waiting for, because he's in a tournament, the under 21 tournament.
He's in the finals with Elliot.
Yeah. So this is.
So they can't fully announce him, but the deal's done.
The deal done, yeah. But check this out, though. The comeback, this says they put 60 to 70 million for the buyback.
That's a good bargain.
Yeah.
You don't think so?
I think it is.
Because here's the thing. If Kwanzaa win the under 21s, goes to Leverkusen, win the Pokal or whatever they call that, DFB, DFSB, Pokal, whatever they call it, which is one of the German cups.
Yeah.
And comes runner-up, make it deep into the Champions League. And let's say he's one of the starting center backs.
I mean, he's going straight in because they need
that's bare experience, bro.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying earlier. Why do you want to stay in the Premier League when you could go out there and learn something different? What is your game missing?
Actually, now that I'm deep in the Bundesliga,
you see what I mean?
Players go Bundesliga,
and all those boys who've gone there, I played well.
In Job at
Dortmund. And he's killing right now. People are seeing, they'll be like, wow, this kid got talent.
See, and what
from Sunderland to Dortmund.
What is Elliot doing? Wearing sleeveless shirt, following behind Salah.
Bro, go. That's what I say. Go abroad. There's nothing else that you can learn from the English Premier League. You play with the best. Right? There's a reason why you're not starting. Figure it, diversify your game and see, maybe I need something. Look, get inspired.
Yeah.
Alice says, man, are hyping Rio on the hearsay without seeing him play against big boys. Well,
read the rest of it, man.
It said,
read the rest of it. Man said it's
big
all
boys,
opium.
It's all opium, Quincy. No, I'm going off what they said he does when he trained with the first team. Remember, he does train with the first team squad.
I don't know, man. So opium for me is.
But at the same time, it's the same thing you're doing when it comes to Fofana.
No, people Fofana.
People I've never seen Fofana. What's that? No, I'll give that credit. Yeah, that's true. He's done it with.
No, but that's what I'm trying to say, Quasi, and that's all it is. I don't want you to dissect it too much. If you're playing against grown men and we can see something, okay, we've seen something.
Yeah.
You've never played against grown men and we saw nothing. We can't measure it. We're in the Prem with grown men.
Yeah.
There's only one thing to measure you against: Prem and grown men. I'm not saying Fofana did Prem and grown men, but Fofana at least did grown men. I mean, that kind of sounds white now.
Pause.
We're talking
football, people. But no, I mean, it makes sense. I agree with that. But I just say sometimes you have to give these kids an opportunity. And you never know.
Not when you're trying to dominate and get quad double.
I mean, look,
true. An opportunity against Plymouth.
Because, I mean, look at what's the name? Trent. Nobody knew who he was until...
No, don't do that.
Until Klopp gave him some preseason games.
No.
He got some preseason games.
No.
And then look at him.
No, don't do that. He was touted as the next.
That's what they're saying about these two kids. Rio and Trey. I played against United. Come on, you play, bro. United. I want you to say
all
right,
Quasi, you're being unrealistic. United came to Anfield, got a draw, and should have won that game.
I'm still mad about that. I'm still mad about that draw, man. I'm still mad about that draw. But this is United. They play United when United was in 16th and 17th. We play United when they were like below 10, like what, 10th? You know. Different time. But big up to Mandem. Thank you so much for coming through. We appreciate all of you guys, man. We are what? 12 away from 500 people. Let's get there, man. Let's get there. Let's get 50 likes. Let's get 50 likes before we get out of here, people. Thank you so much, man. Big up Ale for contributing in the conversation. Bush, Baptiste. Thank you so much for subscribing. And all the new subscribers, please, thank you. YouTube sometimes don't tell us who have subscribed. So I know there's some new subscribers out there. Thank you, everybody who joined us. Big up to Bajan Barnes and the Kennel. As always, man, much respect and appreciations, man.
Big up, man. Big up all my Bonkers FC and Red Bird, Bayesian, Red Stevie, man.
No, yesterday I tried to join in, but Bayesian didn't want to put me on, man. I don't know what happened.
I wouldn't have put you on either, man.
I left, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't have put you on.
I was coming in there, man.
I wouldn't have put you on, man. Bad, bro. Big up yourself, bro. Edwards and them, man. Spirit of LFC fans. Yeah, man. We're keeping the spirit, man. You never walk alone, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Dean and that man came in the chat yelling, you know. Yeah, Colin, I see you. Friday, I saw you jumped in and jump out. It's all good, man.
Olivier, merci. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dustin, thank you.
Uncle
Oliver.
Albert,
Uncle Albert, he's just on Twitter, just causing chaos, man.
Yeah.
That's all he's doing, just throwing grenades.
Without the tariffs and that, man, I hear it still. Putting tariffs on everything. Yeah, putting tariffs on everything. Big up Uncle still, man. Hope you doing all right.
Yeah. Did Maddie show up?
It's weird. I probably need to hit Bonds up, man. So when I was on, I think it was implied that he probably show up eventually.
Wow, okay.
And then I had to take a call, so I went outside with the dog, and I was out there for a minute. So I just like locked my screen and my mic.
Yeah.
When I came back, Rods was on. So I don't know if he showed up in the time and dipped.
Oh, okay.
By the time I jumped back on, Rods did. And then I had a bunch of calls yesterday, so then I had to dip again. So I don't know if he came in after that, but no, I didn't see him.
Yeah, when I was trying to get on, you guys were talking about Diaz, and I think Chris just come on or so.
Yeah. That wasn't too bad of a conversation, but I probably should have asked you what's next for him because his output isn't the greatest. It definitely improved in the goal scoring department. All comps. The assist is still 5.
I think the
assist is still 5.
Yeah, I think he wants to move on. Barcelona flirted with him, and he showed his behind by saying he wants to move. And then now Barcelona decided to go to Nico Williams, and now he's stuck. So now they're talking about Liverpool made some promises. They're like, we didn't make any promises. You know what I mean? They're sad that he got injured and his family's thing started, so we could not give him a new contract. But right now, this is the part where sometimes I'm looking at the club and I'm like, the club is looking at the pros and cons, man. It's called risk analysis. Like one question that Zuberi always says, is he going to play better than how he's been playing right now? I mean, that's how the club are looking at it. You see what I mean? There's no proof.
51 games, 5 assists. 50 games, 5 assists.
You see what I mean? So
17 goals all comps is his best for Liverpool with 5 assists.
So the club is like, hey, if we keep you on the cheap.
I mean, you got 2 years, bro. So you got 1 more year to impress us.
Or at least impress us and show that maybe this guy could.
He's also one of the ones that needs to show us he's worth whatever the hell he wants to say he's worth. And show us this season.
Exactly. And he's a World Cup season, so that tells us that you're not gonna sit on your bumps. You're gonna ball out. And the club, and we win. At the end of the day, we win. So the club is like, we are not in a rush to sell you. So if you want to impress Barcelona or Real Madrid, you're gonna ball out.
Crazy. You know what's crazy? December. 18 to 22 games played. All comps. Well, it's probably going to be 22 to 26 games counting the Champions League and the League Cup.
Yeah.
Right? Now it's going to be more than that. It's probably about 26, 28 games.
Yeah.
It's about 8 games Champions League. All right. Let's say 26 games by December. And then we got men like Diaz. 26 games, hear me clearly. 10 goals, 10 assists.
That's 20 goals. Yeah, that's good enough. That's good.
That's where you get your contract.
That's good.
You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, now Hughes is like, okay.
All comps. I'm talking all comps.
Yeah, now Hughes is looking at you contributing because...
Bro, it's not 10 in the Prem.
Yeah, no. All comps. Because guess what? That means we winning games in the Champions League. We're winning games in the league. We're winning games in the Carabao Cup. So that's 20 goals contribution, which 20 goals
games, bro.
20 goals tells me 99% of the time you're winning the.
Well, no, I didn't say 20 goals. I said 10 goals. 10
no, I said 20 goals in all contribution.
Oh, okay, with the goals and assists. Yeah.
20 goals contribution, that is 99% a winning game. You see what I mean? So now as a matter of fact, it doesn't even have to just be Liverpool because now Barcelona said, we might have made a mistake.
Come from in January.
You know what I mean?
Real Madrid sticking with the deal before January.
Exactly. Bayern needs a left winger. So they might be like, bro, let's bring him here. You see what I mean?
We stick him with a new deal.
Exactly.
Of 100.
We're like, listen, we'll give you a new deal. We'll give you a new deal.
but yeah, that's what I'm saying. He doesn't really have much on the table to warrant the deal, but I can see a deal being done in December if he's performing.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm trying to say?
Or even a gentleman's agreement, which is written, of course, say, okay, listen, we'll give you this new deal. If you decide to stay, Gucci. If you decide to move on, we could sell you for this much. At least you make some money before you leave.
I hear it.
You know what I mean?
Good talks, man. Hey,
thank you so much,
500, man. I think he's ready for the calling.
Thank you. See,
he didn't say anything blasphemous this go around.
You know, I got my stripes. I told you, man. I've been doing my CEUs and
going to night school, yeah.
Night schools, man. We are here, man. We are here. Big up to Zuberi always, man. Thank you so much.
What you got going on, man? What's next for Quasi, man?
Man, tomorrow maybe we do some transfer talks or something like that. See, you know, I don't like doing transfer talks if it's repetitive conversation, you know.
Oh, like the Isak one.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's just everybody's just talking and talking and talking and talking and talking, you know. Even the verse situation, I stopped at one point because we were like, bro, we don't know any more news, is what it is. You know?
There's only so much here we go you can do.
Yeah, otherwise you go back and you listen to yourself, be like, bro, I've said the same thing over and over and over. So tomorrow, you know, we will see. Gehi is the one that is the next, seems like the next trending topic. So we'll see if Liverpool could wrap that up real quick. I think I see him at Liverpool. He's pretty good. He's very experienced, especially in the Premier League. Konate, we don't know with Konate. He told us anything. If you hear anything in social media, it's a lie. The last one that said that signed a new contract. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt until he leaves. But at this point, if he leaves for free, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. You're not going to find another Konate right now. Somebody who's already experienced in the Prem and in Liverpool. Everybody is looking at Lukeba. Lukeba, it'll take time. You know, he needs a whole year of games before you be like, okay, he's that dude. But other than that, man, what's going on? Are you joining Ends or anybody's show coming up?
I haven't got any notifications, so I can't really say. I'm available. I think I'm more available now than ever before.
Okay. Now weekends, right? On the weekends, you're more available on the weekend.
No, just in general. No, I said it, and then my dog just heard it, and I was like, "Right, you available?"
We're going for a walk. We are going for a walk.
I said I'm more available, and I just heard bare footsteps in that, bro. But yeah, no, I haven't heard anything. No, I'm more available than ever before. Not free, but you know.
Yeah,
we'll see where I pop up, man. I'm always around, man. I always got the energy unless I'm working.
Okay. You know? Yeah, this time in the office, man, it gets too hectic, so I can't join you guys most of the days. I'll be there just listening.
Yeah, you're 3 hours behind me. I'm like 5 hours behind them.
Man. Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying go and be on them man's time, but at least cut the deficit down.
You know what I mean?
Coast, man.
You
are over there behind God in that, bro. 8 hours behind somebody, bro. Jeez, I can't even wrap my brains or 8 hours, bro.
Brother, I call people in Australia. I'm like, why don't you just run me those lotto numbers, man? Because you are like
them they're in the future, bro.
You are in the future, brother. Man, just run me them lotto numbers, but you are in the future, people.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that one of these days. I'm gonna hit Ends. I'm gonna be like, yo, what's the energy outside when the sun comes up and you're barefoot in the grass? Just let me know. So when my sun come up and I'm barefoot,
I know what I'm doing. Yeah,
I know what I'm doing out there.
It's crazy, man. But anyway, man, big up to Mandem, man. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. Get us at least. Let's get to what? 490 before we get out of here, man. I know that would be two more people. There's just two more people, and then we can get out of here. And then get the likes up, please. Get the likes up. We're trying to get to 30, at least 50. 50. We could get to 50 right now. Simple. Yes. Big out to man there, man. Thank you for spending some of your weekend with us. As always, the Kennel. Quincy Bolt, to bed. Peace.